Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game titled Unlikely Heroes. What started as a one-shot has developed into officially 9 months of gameplay, which is pretty badass. This week is session number 36. Awesome. We are going to have, it looks like, the full crew here, so we're getting settled in, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna jump into a recap really quickly, and then we'll dive into the game. Please remember that I do not pay attention to chat while we stream. I say that every week, but I just want to make sure that anybody watching understands that I don't watch chat. I give all of my attention to the players. Some of the players might be in chat and can answer questions. If not, our Discord is always available during the week or any other time that Candace and I are not, or that we are streaming, I should say, excuse me. So, without further ado, hold on to your britches as we dive into session 36. Okay, nice and easy. Alright, so, real quick recap. So last session you guys had picked up right at the beginning of what was a massive fight, quite frankly. There were tons of small creatures in this open forested area with a giant tree that looked like it was home to somebody. That these creatures looked like essentially giant leeches that had feet. A little bit more terrifying. There was also a couple of wolves stationed near the bridge leading into this little quote-unquote treehouse. We'll just call it a treehouse. Long story short, you guys decided that it would be in the best decision to probably have the two... I almost said the two small folk, but who am I kidding? You're almost all small folk. So the two sneaky small folk sneak into the bushes, into the dire ferns, and attempt to assassinate as much as you could before they got to you. Very intelligently, you killed the wolves before anything, each of you getting a shot off during your surprise round. But it was pretty quickly thereafter that the small wretches were on you, well, like leeches to blood. And combat ensued, and we fought for a very large portion of the session last week. Eventually, as the wretches had been killed off, all of a sudden a massive owlbear climbed up and out of the dry riverbed, and although it had the glowing purple elements that a lot of the other creatures that have had the purple glowing veins had, it was a little bit different because from the nose, mouth, and what appeared to be tear ducts, there was a slimy black and purple ooze coming out of it. It also had done something before, or it had done something to one of you that you had not seen before, and that was as it hit you, one of the 2 times it hit any of you before it went down like a sack of pushka shit, it infused its strike with necrotic energy, and that was a little bit different than what you guys had seen before. So, pushing forward from that, you guys fought long, hard, valiantly, until Vidor reared his ugly head out of his treehouse and into the fray. You guys made not quick work, but efficient work of the combatants, and you found yourselves victorious. Bofur, ironically enough, almost lost himself, but thankfully he did not. So, after that, you guys kind of cleaned up, collected yourselves, pushed onward into the tree, where you did quite a bit of investigation. You found some very interesting things inside, and you deemed it hospitable, at least for the time being. It was at that point you decided that you were going to go ahead and take your long rest here, as if you stepped back out into the wilderness, you weren't sure if you were going to get jumped again. And to be quite honest with you, that was a very, very smart move on your guys' part. So, that's where we're picking up today. Just so you guys know, it is... So we are going to be picking up, it is going to be Saturday, the 14th of Mugem, at about 8 o'clock in the morning, which is when everybody is coming to. Let's go ahead and really quick do an XP recap from last session. The Beast Keeper, the Vidor and Pushka fight what net you guys each 525 experience, which is pretty substantial. It's a pretty substantial fight, though. And roleplay, as always, you guys kick ass with roleplay, and there was another 250 XP for that. So that put the party, the greater party, I should say, quote unquote, at meaning the majority, at 16,240. Aurora at 14,140. Congratulations on level 6. And DeGray at 14,402. Congratulations on level 6. So why don't you two do me a favor right now? Just roll your respective hit die in roll 20 for me. Add your Constitution modifier, and then you are free to do your level up. And just remember, to the both of you, since you do have select amounts of spells, that you each can only remove one of your spells for another spell each time you level.
I got it. 2 extra HP.
2? I saw a 3.
Yeah, it's 3 minus 1.
Oh, you've got a bad constitution. Yeah, that's no good. All right, 2 it is.
Trying to remember what my hit die is.
If you go to your character sheet, it should show you. I'm pretty sure that as a ranger you're a D10, but I could be mistaken.
If you click on short rest, it'll show you what type of dice it is, plus the modifier.
That
you are fantastic.
is an awesome thing to know.
Well, in that case, I can just...
Are you a D8 or are you a D10?
It's a D10.
Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry, go ahead, Lucy.
Real quick, how much do you heal on a short rest? Like, we get some free hit dice, right?
You can, so each long rest, you recover half...
More hit points.
Okay, understood, thank you. So yes, each long rest, you recover half of your total levels of hit dice, rounded down. So for this long rest, you will recover 3, and then you can spend up to your level to restore health. So, what I will tell you, though, is that do not spend your hit dice, because Bofur is going to be exiting this game, and he will make sure that everybody's fully healed before you step foot into the woods. So there's no need to be blowing all your hit dice on that.
That's good, because I'm okay.
Yeah, same. Oh, wait. I'm clicking all the wrong buttons.
Okay, so as you guys bedded down for rest, and you cycled through a couple rounds. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I'm jumping straight into it here. Hold on, Kevin. Me, Kevin, not you, Kevin. Does anybody have any? No, nothing. That was the problem. Do you guys have any questions for me? Okay, perfect. So, like I was saying, in the night, those of you who cycled through being active on watch, which I'm assuming was probably Ree and my guess is Aurora. Okay, so Bofur was not gone from the tree, but Bofur was very adamant about needing to be left alone. And he was wanting to be left alone in the upstairs room. He said he was going to be doing one of his forge rituals, but he didn't want anybody to interrupt him because, you know, if it blew it, then he didn't want to accidentally scrap everything that was involved in it. And through the night, you guys did hear a very active series of pounding and banging, like metal on metal, like a hammer on a forge, as Bofur took to that. So, let me just get a couple things updated here. Alright, so really quick, Aurora, you said you had gained 11 hit points, is that correct? So that brings your new total to 53?
Yes, and I'm choosing my new favorite enemy and Natural Explorer now.
Perfect. Just let me know whatever it is you pick.
I'm probably taking Orcish again, just because she misses her familiar curses.
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, I feel you there.
We fought primarily beasts in here, right? Like, that's been our...
Yes.
Okay. I try and do something that fits. So I'm choosing forests and then and beasts, and I'm taking orcish again because some things just don't translate well into halfling.
No, and Orcish is just such a fun language to say "fuck you" in.
Especially when it comes out of tiny halfling mouth.
Right. Okay, so I have updated Gray and Aurora your hit points on your model. Your max hit points has now been updated. So I'm showing Lucy you have 25 hit points now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I don't like that, but I will deal with it.
You and me both.
Alright, so it looks like we've got everybody reset. Give me just one moment to update a few
You
things.
said we could swap a spell.
So yes, Rangers, because you only have a limited selection, every time you level, you can swap one spell that you know for another spell of a level that you know. And cantrips are not spells.
Okay. There's one that I've just never used. I'm gonna get rid of stuff.
Absolutely understandable. Yes,
Also
Lucy.
gonna swap a spell.
Okay, and what are you swapping?
I swapped out heroism for ascending. It was a level
Very,
one spell.
very smart move. I will never disagree with that.
And I also added hypnotic pattern because you told us to tell you the new spells.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's all I got.
Okie dokie. Alright, so about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 or so, you guys kind of get up, start getting yourselves ready, dust it off, realize, yeah, you're all still pretty in pretty shit shape.
I feel great.
Oh yeah, you do look great too, don't you? You are fine. Everybody else looks like garbage. So Bofur comes down and he just kind of explains like, look y'all, I don't know what the hell those things were yesterday. I ain't ever fought a Pushka before, and I never want to fight one again. But we all need to sit down for a few minutes, if that's all right by you. And I'm gonna begin a morning sermon, prayer of healing from the third book of creation by the Dawn Father himself. If you're all right with that.
I have no idea what any of that means, but go.
He flips open his prayer book and he goes a couple pages and he just begins ranting about Moradin and the anvil of creation. On the third day, Moradin, in all his glory, Moradin be praised, came to lot and existence, knowing that he needed avatars in material form, created the first soul forge. And he slams his hammer on the table and he lifts it up and then he begins going around. He's going to cast prayer of healing. So he's going to cast prayer of healing at 3rd level, since I know a lot of you guys are very fucked up. Alright, so the spell concludes, and as it concludes, there is a flash of energy from the final pound of his mallet, which actually breaks part of this table off completely, and the surge of hot, almost forge-like energy washes over you, healing everybody who is currently hurt for 19 points.
That gets me exactly to full.
And the hit points that we gained with the level were those ones that were already healed, or are those?
It just gets added to your max, so you don't heal those hit points, but you're not down them. I guess it's just a new max. Let's see. He kind of in Gray, that did fully heal you, I believe. Yes, it did. Okay.
Back up to full. I'll quickly change that.
I got you, buddy.
Okay. Thank you.
So he kind of glances over at you, though, Aurora, and he eyeballs you for a second. He's like, "Hey, you got something on your shoulder right there." And he kind of like reaches down awkwardly, like you do when you're like, "You don't look so good right there." And as he touches you, there's just this string of syllables that spills out of his mouth as you see his fingertips kind of drip this molten celestial energy into your shoulder, and he's going to cast a level 2 Cure Wounds on you. For another 13 points of healing into you.
He's going to quietly and begrudgingly in Dwarvish say thank you.
He kind of looks down in Dwarvish. He says, "Oh, shoot, sorry about that." And then he very smugly sits down and begins to pull rations out of his bag.
But yeah, that puts me 1 under full, which I will happily take.
So I just realized something. Doc is going through her backpack. I'm carrying a lot of things.
Bofur smiles and he goes, "Shit, I have felt weighed down for, well, since the day I met you guys."
She'll stop. Who said they were pulling out rations?
Bofur.
Bofur, so Bofur pulled out one small sack of rations, empties it out on the table, and like literally 3 pieces of dried fruit and like a handful of nuts falls out, and he goes, "Whoop, guess that's all for me."
Doc's gonna hand out rations to everybody.
Oh, well, hang on. I mean, I bet this guy probably has a little bit of food around here, right? I mean,
That's fine, we can replace it, but I've been carrying these around and they're pretty freaking heavy.
oh yeah.
Not just that, but do we really want to touch food that this guy's been like getting his weird drippy necrotic stuff all? Oh, wait a minute, he wasn't affected by that stuff. Oh no, he was affected by that stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, his pet was too.
Yep.
I thought it was like spread to him by his bad emotions or whatever.
That's true, it is, but
I mean, but do we want to risk it for a biscuit?
Oh, they're biscuits.
I mean,
I'm,
you take food where you can get it.
Yeah, right. I mean, I eat
All right.
that shit every day.
No one else is gonna eat it.
That's fair.
It would be better than that rat that we ate. No offense, Bree. But
Oh,
anything
yeah,
would
no,
be
none
better
taken.
than
That was gross. So, I mean,
hey, Ree, could you carry the rest of these rations for me?
yeah, sure. Well, how much you got?
I'm gonna hand over 10 pounds worth of rations.
Holy shit, you've been carrying around that much meat in your sack? What?
Would you kiss Moradine with that mouth?
What are you getting at? Open it up. I bet you 10 gold pieces it's all dried meat in there.
I can't bet the gold, it's everybody's gold.
Alright, I'll bet you your sickle that it's all dried up meat in there.
We know for a fact that there were at least some fruits and stuff from when we were talking to the druid when we bought
I
it.
don't
So
think
take
he's
that back.
wrong. I don't think he's wrong. I think it's a mixture, and he, with semantics, could win. So I do hand that over to Ree. So I'm taking that out of inventory.
I thought you were going to hand over the sickle.
No.
So what? That's 5.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not moving as fast as I'd like to be at the moment either.
You know what we need to do? We need to get ourselves to an actual, no offense to the druids, but like actual civilization so we can offload some of this shit.
Offload and maybe even, I know that Xavier had a bag, I think he called it a bag of holding.
That bag of holding, it's a common thing. I see, you know, my grandpappy had one for a while.
Is that like what you use for like the coins, but like for other shit?
Yeah, you can put everything. You can put people in there, they just can't breathe.
That's true.
I've heard about those. The Tinkers
Only
actually.
half under
the
her
Timbers
breath. She
actually
says, "Oh, good for dwarves."
Hey,
It's like half under her breath.
Like a dwarf, isn't there?
look, hey, what, y'all about to commit mutiny right now? Cause I'm not about that. I ain't going in no bag.
we don't even have the bag. Don't worry.
Quit bagging my head. Alright, so, yeah, maybe we should go back and see what, Night Breeze wants to do about all this stuff, get ourselves to a legitimate civilization, and see about offloading and restocking, resupplying. Anybody have anything pressing needs doing, like, now?
You said Nightbreeze rips your cow friend in half.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to going to see Nightbreeze because yeah, he ripped Henry in half because we got some drugs.
It should be fine.
You
probably.
didn't just get drugs. You got drugs and then did drugs in his house.
I didn't. I just wanted to smell it. I didn't know it was gonna do that to me.
And again, to
Well-
be fair, you didn't ask for those.
I didn't even ask for those. It's true. I just wanted some weed, man. I just wanted some halfling weed.
It was the first and the last time I'm ever doing any of that.
I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. First.
I don't even want to know what y'all were seeing.
Oh, it was wild. Everybody was like
One night.
ghostly, and like there was like all this like floating like bunny rabbits and whatnot. It was wild.
Did
You
you?
were on fire. That was a giant rock person.
I guess I was on fire. That kind of makes sense. I got the whole,
Hugging fire things.
No, now that's not what I was getting at. I was talking about the blessing of our Lord and Savior Mordine. Thank you
Oh,
very
right.
much.
No, her reason seems more accurate.
Yeah.
You weren't even there. You shut your mouth. You were probably busy, falling from grace.
Oh,
I might not be wrong.
it's true.
Technically, we don't know what you did to, tumble from the heavens, Mr. Gray.
Speaking of, what did you do?
Well, I didn't mean to make this the time for that to be discussed. I apologize. But now that she's brought it up, yeah, what did you do?
He does the most angelic halfling face you can manage.
Doc
Oh,
says-
listen,
really
guys. Listen, guys. We don't need to put Mr. Gray on the spot here. I mean, we've all done some shitty things in our time,
But Reed, don't you want to know your boyfriend's backstory?
Doc is doing this right now.
Hey, I mean, if if he's ready to tell us, then good for him. I don't, like I said, I've done some weird shit. You've done some weird shit. I'm kind of. Don't even give me that look like you did do weird shit. Don't even.
Great, you, from behind the group, as you're kind of like looking out at them, you see a shadow flicker kind of like across the wall. It catches your attention and you hear,
You don't owe them anything, including an explanation, Mr. Gray. Not yet.
I guess as they're arguing, he's going to go. To be perfectly honest, until I'm certain that she, and he's going to point to like the gnome. I'm certain that she won't stab me. Could do to her. Friends. I'm gonna keep my secrets. Thank you.
We may never know.
Exactly.
alright. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put that one to rest. So say it, Mordine. Mordine be praised. Smacks his hand on the table.
Doc smacks her hand on the table and stands up.
Or just
First
looks
hand.
how conveniently.
I'm sorry, did I hear as hard as she can?
Yeah, are we trying to break the table? What are we doing here?
Fuck yeah, give me a strength check. Let's see how hard he... Bofur already busted a piece of it. This is a weak-ass table.
It's not supposed to be with advantage.
That's okay, we'll take the
I'm
15.
still technically raging, I guess, according to roll 20 here.
So, as Bofur smacks the table, he stands up. Doc smacks the table, she stands up, and then literally, right where the hole had kind of cracked the wooden board, Ree's fist, straight through the table. Ow!
I'd like to think that Gray was like eating a nut when the wood just.
Everything splinters.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I
Grace
win.
stays perfectly still.
Yeah, I win. Second.
Ooh, man.
I accept that loss. I will not challenge that.
So the table broke during the fight, right?
Yep.
Just in case it comes up.
Yep, table.
alright.
Yep. The fight against Reed.
Fight against hunger, fight against warnings. Doesn't matter. Let's
Fight
get down.
against
We got the
equality.
table.
Let's do this.
We're all in it to win it.
Alright, well, I think we searched everything. We found some stuff that will have to get looked at.
Oh,
you guys-
actually, well, hold on now. I'm almost positive that, bless you.
Oh, bless you.
Mordin, bless you.
think you just got guidance.
Yeah. Hey, actually, what did we need checked out? I've got energy in all circles of my spell schools, and I can perform and identify. Oh shit! Hold up, hold up! I can perform and identify ritual, which means if we want to take a few minutes and we got anything we need to look at, I can do it right now.
I think the only thing we were questioning was this ring, and she'll take out the small blue ring, blue tinted gold ring with the insignia. I think it has like a wave. I have sculptured wave in blue. Yeah.
Is this tooth magical?
Is it one of your teeth?
No, it's a diary.
Then
Oh.
it's not magical.
You've got part of the tooth.
I got
This
a
is the
big.
tooth, and she points to the very fucking heavy, long-ass canine that's strapped to her back.
Oh, shit.
I pulled out a molar last time
Yeah.
for a hammer.
That's right.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And I've got a 21-pound quarterstaff of a tooth that's weighing my little ass down at the moment.
I hate all of this. It stinks like monkey teeth in here.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
pretty fucking gross.
It's better than smelling a dwarf.
Oh shit!
All right.
That's
Were you
coming
gonna-
from a forward orc.
All right.
Shit!
Are we gonna kill each other right here? Is this we just gonna end everything? Is this what this is coming to, or should we?
Usually there's all like the punchline like about being near a goblin. This is actually a nice change of pace.
Doc is
I'm
still.
too used to you,
This
the
is the
problem.
most comfortable I think that I've felt since I've known all of you.
I accept that.
Oh, that made me feel like
Kind of sweet, actually.
sort of warm and fuzzy, but at the same time,
If it's warm and
That
fuzzy,
coldness-
it's probably
wait.
internal bleeding, and we
Coldness is
have a
still
dwarf
there.
for that.
well, just don't pour any goblin pee on me, please.
Sorry, what?
Oh, that's right. You did that. That
did
is
what?
true. Oh yeah, you never heard about this? Oh, well,
Doc is-
tell him the goblin piss story, Aurora.
Sure. As soon as you finish telling about how you hugged the fire salamander, or how you started the death fountain, or how you stole from the dead after being explicitly warned not to.
Or
I
how,
think
or
yes.
how I shoved mushroom and goblin pee down your throat and bring you back to life.
That is true. You
Wait.
swallowed the
He
goblin.
didn't know
death.
about that yet. He didn't know.
Oh shit! By the way,
What the fuck did you just say?
yeah, you were
Fantastic
dying.
day.
You were dying. You were dead, and we had to bring you back to life. So we mushed up some of those mushrooms, and we didn't have any water. You know, on our persons, but I had some in my person. you know,
You're talking about when we were down in the Citadel?
no.
Remember
That's
when
what
you
that
told
damn
us-
taste was? You told me it was just mushrooms and water.
It was
Yeah,
sort of-
it was.
goblin water.
Yeah, goblin water.
Oh shit. I need to cut my tongue out. Is that why I was diseased too? You give me a disease?
No, that was.
No, that's something completely different.
Oh. Alright, I'm really un-okay with this, just so we're all clear. Do not like this whatsoever. For the record, in the future, if it comes down to me dying or you putting your pee in my mouth, I'm ready to meet my maker.
Okay.
I've made peace with that. And unless it is because she shot me in the throat. Am I right, Aurora?
Wait, so if she
I mean,
shoots
you won't be
you,
coming back from that.
if Aurora shoots you in the throat, then it's okay to put goblin pee down your throat?
That is what I heard.
Yeah, then bring me back because I got some things, to take care of myself.
Alright, fair enough. I'll remember that.
Yeah,
Doc.
you and this one, because he's gonna point to her because he remembers the conversation between, to Doc, but because he remembers the conversation between her and Aurora.
Right, so about that identify.
Doc pulls a crowbar out of her backpack. Ree, will you carry this for me, please? She's
What
still
the
so
hell?
finished.
Is it just dawning on you that you were carrying tons of shit?
Yeah, actually, when I started going through his stuff today, I was like, man, this guy has a lot of crap. And I was like, hang on a second. I
also have a whole lot of crap.
have a lot of crap. So just a crowbar, and then I'm good.
Alright.
Yeah, alright. I'll
Hold
take
my
it.
purse, please.
As you guys go through this, Bofur begins to perform a ritual, and he takes the small ring. As he completes the ritual, you can go through your inventory, and whatever you're gonna swap, you can swap, or dump, you can dump, however it's gonna go. As he finishes it, the ritual, his palm glows as he picks the ring up, and he kind of like smells as you see these like strings of fume coming up and off of it, and he says out loud, "Oh, Well, that's interesting, but I suppose it makes sense. This is a ring of swimming. Says, when you put this bad boy on, you will naturally be adept at swimming. Actually, you will be much better at swimming than some sea creatures are. Puts it back down on the table. Says, doesn't appear to require your body to magically attune to it either, so it's super useful.
Okay.
I had that wave ring. I had that wave ring on my inventory sheet. Were you holding on to it?
I wasn't sure. I wrote it down, so whatever. It got. You can take it back. Doc isn't reaching for it or anything.
Well, I mean, how many rings are you gonna wear? Freddie gave me mine.
Again, not going for it. Not a cat anymore. Don't really care.
Okay. Ring of swimming.
Yep, so when you have it equipped, you have a swim speed of 40 feet. So you literally move faster in the water now than you do on land.
I have a 15-foot walking speed at the moment.
That is
Doesn't mean
exactly...
much.
And just so you know, you do have the swim speed of 40, but because you're encumbered, it is actually only a 20 currently swim speed. But just so you know, normally. Okay. Is there anything else that any of us have that...
Why don't we? I think we already identified this, but since you're doing this thing, she'll put the oh, what the hell? The coiled dragon silver rings and amulet, and just hand it over. I think we identified it already, but I can't remember.
All right. Yeah. He begins his ritual again. Another 10 minutes goes by. He touches the ring. He says, "Nah, it's mundane. It's a ceremonial piece."
Okay.
Another ritual set up. Completes, touches the necklace or the amulet. He says, "Nah, this is mundane as well. It's really, really nicely made, but it's all mundane. It's a ceremonial piece."
Okay. I think it probably went with that dagger. And she'll kind of look over at Aurora if you want the full set. Otherwise, I don't think I have.
And did you want the dagger back?
No. I said if you want the full set.
Sure. And she looks visibly a little flustered at that.
She'll she notices, but just kind of plays it off and puts the amulet and the ring down and slides it across the table or the piece of table.
Is that just?
It's literally just a. It's just a coiled dragon silver ring and silver amulet.
Is there a weight on those?
I think it's negligible. There's nothing on my sheet.
Yeah, I would have told you. So if you had it marked down as negligible, then it's negligible.
She'll slide it on and put the amulet next to the pendant that Bofur made her.
Okay.
I don't have anything else. I don't think.
Yeah, Bofur looks up and down all of the stuff that he's got. And he's like, "Nah, I mean, I ain't got anything on me either. I got nothing, so." Do we want to head back to the grow or the inner circle or sanctum, whatever the hell it's called?
I think so.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's go.
All right. All right, let's do it then. So you guys step back out of the tree, the little tree house, and you begin to move back towards the center of the grove. And as you do so, why don't actually, you know what? Yeah, whoever's leading, whoever's going to be my lead, give me a survival check, but do it with advantage because the forest is responding positively to you right now, which means that the way is opening.
Descriptor. Aurora, she's moving slowly physically, but she's moving more comfortably in the forest than she has before. Like she's almost listening to it as she's moving.
Yeah, so let's see, passive perception. So Gray, you notice this. You notice it like where normally Aurora's been a little bit uneasy, especially being really small and everything here being very big. It's like she has settled into it, like she's just adapted to it, like she's been living here her whole freaking life.
Our friends are growing on you, huh?
I'm gonna miss them.
Make them a house in one. But they already provide a roof for you.
I've never had a house before.
It's not all it's cracked up to be. Houses burn.
Yeah, they do.
That's true. I probably couldn't be leading because of my movement speed unless everyone wants to be very slow behind
Do
me.
you want me to carry that big ass tooth?
She's not gonna steal it from you.
To be fair, even if you're moving at 15 feet, everyone's going to have to keep up with you, or you're going to get lost by yourself. So it doesn't matter who leads. This is kind of a sake of brevity roll anyways, since the forest is cooperating.
Dice are rolling slowly at the moment.
Yeah, no big deal.
All right.
They're rolling very, very slowly, apparently.
It's like those slow-mo scenes in gambling movies where the dice, like, click and clack off the fucking tables, like, 7 times. 14's not bad, actually. Yeah, with the help of the woods, DC 10, you guys, over the course of the next 2 hours, do manage to find your way back to the central sanctum here. So just so you guys are aware... So it's about noon at this point. You guys arrive, and as you enter the central grove, or the inner sanctum, you are not greeted by anybody in particular, but the druids here are going about their daily business. There's nothing that seems amiss or awry.
Is Henry's body still?
Oh no,
About?
no. They're savages, but they're not evil. The corpse has been cleaned up. There is no trace of Henry anywhere.
Oh, poor Henry.
I mean, to be fair, that was pretty damn good milk.
That was amazing milk.
I will, honestly, I hope at least for the rest of my days remember the sweet, warm taste of Henry's milk.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird, but that's fine. It's fine. It's still bad. I didn't want him to get freaking torn by half.
Hey, weird question, Ree. You still got those drugs on you?
No.
Okay.
I took away.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Nah, I still have the pipe though.
Well, he didn't get upset about a pipe. He got upset about drugs being done in his house.
Yeah.
I mean,
We wouldn't have even gotten in trouble if, Gray would have kept his cool. Freaking out like that. Screaming.
Now some people just can't hold their drugs. That's
it's kind of semantics. I mean, we shouldn't have done it. We got caught. Well, you did.
As I said, the first and last time.
I guess we would head to his tent. Well, that would.
Oh, right, yeah. We were gonna pick up, Kat pointed out, we were gonna pick up the gorilla skins and stuff on our way back.
Yeah.
Yep, and let's see here. Did I have you guys make your rolls for the skinning yet?
You did.
Yeah, we did because we did the because I was on fire with my side of the roll, and then Bree had the fire sword. So we preserved it sort of, knowing that we'd have to come back because that shit is heavy.
Correct, and that's why you had picked up all that shitload of salt, right? You were gonna salt the inside of it so it didn't continue to rot. Okay, perfect. So, for the sake of brevity, you are led back to... Actually, you would have passed right through gorilla territory. So, go ahead and add the pelts to whoever's inventory is carrying them. I don't really give two shits.
I'll carry them.
Thank you.
How much is the weight?
I don't have my notebook with me, unfortunately, so I can't give you numbers.
Give me 1 sec. I got it right here.
And I don't think we were going to collect all of it because it was a fuck ton.
Yeah, it was a lot. Give me 1
I
sec.
think we just wanted the big guy. I think.
Yeah. I'm going to accessorize us from it.
Okay, so the giant ape pelt was 50 pounds, and then the smaller ape pelts were 8 pounds apiece. And if you wanted to, now mind you, they were all tainted with the purpley vein shit, but if you wanted to, you could collect easily over 300 pounds worth of meat. And you've already taken the appropriate teeth. So if you want just the big ape, that's fine. That's 50 pounds on the pelt. And if you want any of the 10 smaller ape pelts, they're 8 pounds apiece. It's a lot of fucking pelts.
I got the 50-pound gorilla pelt, and I'm still not over encumbered.
Please.
What the fuck? Oh, you know what?
Crowbar.
Your fucking Path of the Bear. Yes, it just doubled your goddamn carrot.
Yeah.
What are you, like 150 now then?
150, yeah.
Jesus. That's obscene.
That's a lot of fucking weight.
For a goblin!
Look how tiny you
For a
are.
tiny goblin woman.
I
Yeah.
hit 50 and I'm encumbered, which is why the tooth is a problem.
Alright, well, so take whatever you want from that.
So I figure that the giant ass gorilla pelt is just fucking massive, no matter how we roll it. So
Yeah.
that's like as much as she'd be able to carry reasonably.
I mean, it's literally huge. Like, this thing is so big that looking at it laid out, since you have cut it and partially preserved it, this thing could be made into a fucking boat sail, at least one of the smaller sails. I mean, it's that big.
I think this big guy will last us a long time. Just the big guy. If anybody wants to carry the little guys, go ahead. But it's too much for me. I think I could carry it. I have the strength, but good God, this thing's fucking huge.
This is the worthwhile trophy.
Why not roll the smaller ones to the big one?
I mean, I could roll one more, I suppose.
I mean, come on, Gray. She ain't struggling. I'm not saying you're struggling. I know you're strong, but it is bulky. Why don't you carry something? What are you carrying? I see you got a drum over there. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm nearly at my limit as well, so don't.
Wow, look at those spindly little arms. Let me get you on the Moradinian workout regimen.
No, I'm okay. If I have to look like you, I'm okay.
Wow. Wow.
Look like me if you want.
You'd rather look like somebody who did something really shitty in life to fall from grace than somebody who's accepted into almost every bit of society? No problem. I got you. I understand. No, don't worry about it, Gray. All right, let's go back to the little central area. Get this thing going.
Let's give Gray a like. That was good. Look.
Bofur just angrily trudges through the over-encumbered dwarf begins trudging through the moss-covered ground.
Like as Bofur walks away, he's gonna go. So about the goblin training schedule.
Yeah, you want me to train you? Yeah, I got you, babe. Start
If there's
bright and
time
early in the
later.
morning with squats.
You gotta squat down real low, like real low.
Real low.
You're over there going.
Hold it.
All right, so you guys have now arrived back into the back to the inner sanctum. You've gotten to Nightbreeze's tent. You enter Nightbreeze's tent, and Nightbreeze is in there. He is being attended to right now by 4 or 5 of the other druids. A couple of them that you have seen around. Looks like they're having a conversation. It is in a language that nobody understands. It is made up of a series of, like, chirps and yips and clicks and, like, guttural chest noises. They continue having the conversation as you walk in. But he does notice you. He puts a hand up, kind of like, hey, I see you, just give me a minute.
Doc will kind of, as soon as she sees a hand, like, just wait patiently, sort of off to the side.
We will have dropped all the 50 pounds of pelts outside the tent and the tooth. Just to
Actually
hold
made
that
a
back.
little sound when it hit the ground, like.
It's fine. It's fine.
Doc will go, aww.
It was adorable.
So, a couple minutes go by, and Nightbreeze kind of waves off his attendants. 2 of the 5 stay there with him, and they just kind of hang out, and they're going about menial tasks, tidying up shit like that. And He kind of turns to the lot of you and he says, welcome back. I see that you're all in one piece, so I would assume that everything went all right.
Well,
Yes.
we weren't, I mean, we did what we set out to do. Unfortunately, we weren't able to cure him. Or the owlbear.
You, no harm, no foul as far as I'm concerned. I told you when you left it was very good possibility that you needed to put him down, and myself, as well as the Grove, had already made peace with that. So, it is what I thought then. He had succumbed completely to whatever this ailment is.
Xavier, can you confirm for me since it's been a week, but he was purpley, right? He had the glowing purple on him.
Who?
didn't he? The giant.
Vidor?
Yeah.
Vidor did, yes. And Pushka did as well, but Pushka's was different, whereas everything you'd seen so far was the veins. Pushka, you couldn't really see the veininess, but you could see, like, the weird slime dripping from the eyes and nose and mouth.
Okay, thank you. The only thing is, I'm not sure if it's just because it affected her differently, but Pushka was almost dripping this purple, I don't want to call it a
The disease, or what, the ailment, whatever it was?
Ailment, yeah.
Alright, and did it change the fight at all? Did it change the encounter? I mean, what...
I feel like it might have affected us differently than just fighting the regular ones with veins. I can't necessarily confirm that 100%, but it just seemed different. It's not something we've seen before, but again, I don't know if it's because of who and what she is, if it affected her.
Again, it hurt. It hurt on a... it hurt in a way, like with what the dwarf does, but as if he was pulling that away.
I'm sorry.
Pulling what away?
When the dwarf,
You said it was pulling something away?
when the dwarf does his blessing for Morty, they feel it. And that warmth spread. This felt like that warmth was being ripped back, like it was rotting.
Yeah, and so at this point, Bofur speaks up and he goes, Archdruid, it was necrosis. The attack was infused with some sort of necrotic energy. Whether it was natural, supernatural, or magical, I'm not sure, but Aurora did require quite a bit of divine energy to restore her to where she is. He kind of looks out over you and he says, I'm troubled by this, quite frankly. That's not something that we have seen. That's not something I've notated in any of the creatures that my druids or animals within the woods have seen so far. But it's good to keep in mind. I'm sorry you had to encounter it, but I'm glad that it was you who saw it and lived, quite frankly. I'm sad that Vidor and Pushka met their untimely end, but if that is the will of nature, then that is the will of nature. And we will move on. We will recover. Become stronger from it. Like I told you when you were here before, anything you found in Vidor's Beastkeeper Sanctum is yours by right. You keep that, whatever it was, whatever it is. And I've already paid you in the Pool of the Plains,
Yes.
which you will have unadulterated access to moving forward, if that is your interest.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, and thank you again. Truly, I appreciate your dedication, your involvement as a whole, and quite frankly, your level of intelligence is surprising considering some of your stupid mistakes. He kind of glances out towards Ree and Gray.
And take the opportunity to divert the conversation slightly.
Doc is
Archdruid.
surrounding them.
Ray's most definitely gonna tip his hat at him.
You're aware that this has spread beyond just your beast keeper, right? There was another creature another series of creatures that was infected by this.
You're talking about the goblins that you encountered in the Temple of Serenity?
Talking about the former owner of this. He's gonna gesture to the tooth on her back.
Kind of glances and he goes, "Oh shit. That was one of our siege beasts. I raised that little tyke. I'm assuming it fell to the corruption of the infection as well."
Yeah, there was him and a bunch of other monkeys.
Fell to a series of blows of a hail of arrows after the corruption got it. But there were a bunch of little, she's gonna say an actual orcish word as well, that fell.
So, just a really quick out-of-game and pseudo-retroactive comment. The giant ape was not impacted by any
just
of the
looking
purple
at my notes.
veins.
I had it was.
Nope. There was a very, very, very special note about that. But I assume you would have told him about the monkeys anyways.
Yeah,
Monkeys
each
were-
other ones,
Yeah.
So,
I don't
the
know.
little monkeys were, and then they were being followed by the owner of. There we go.
Yes, and I don't recall seeing the purple veins on the giant one, but it definitely was attacking us. So I don't know if
Didn't
it's
give us much of
early-
a choice to.
Yeah, or if it was just doing its job, or if it was early stages of being infected, or I'm not sure.
Yes, there's a lot of questions, obviously, that need to be answered, and I thank you for your honesty regarding that. I'm sorry you had to fight Tiana. She was a monstrosity in herself, and she actually led our 8-pack. She was a siege engine, if you could call it that. Druids don't really have siege engines, but, you know, you throw a giant ape at a wall, and you're bound to make a hole, or have a very pissed-off monkey climbing over.
It
That would
definitely
be
did.
good.
Oh yes, yes. The druids go to war from time to time, and we need things to breach walls as well. We just don't believe in the unnatural use of siege weapons like trebuchets and catapults.
How'd you throw it at the wall?
Oh, we don't. She charges.
She jumped really far, remember, and hit the log we were standing on
Yeah.
and broke it.
Yeah, I remember that.
On that,
Pretty
I'm sure it was a spectacle, if nothing else. On that note, though, yes, Aurora, I am aware that it is spreading, or that it has spread beyond where you had initially encountered it, and I am concerned about that, especially considering if this ailment, whatever it was being carried by this vessel that crashed, there are other pieces of it here on Trubenshard that may be running amok without any intervention. I sense no more corruption within my grove, outside of small patches that the druids themselves can take care of. But who's to say elsewhere that's not the case?
Can you sense outside your grove?
Unfortunately not. I have actually been in contact with the Arc Druids of the other groves within the realm of Trumanshard. Nobody has any idea about a vessel falling within their own territory, which is good. That means that I was the, one of 20 that had a piece of this thing land directly inside of it. That's excellent. What I do know, and what I can tell you, is that we know for a fact that far northwest in the Grelian Mountains, there appeared to be a piece that streaked overhead and crashed out of sight, and down very, very, very far southwest, somewhere between Port Sindrian and, give me a moment. So it was somewhere between Port Sindrian and Nearstar. The other piece seemed to have streaked over and landed somewhere in that vicinity, but it's not in any of the druid groves. None of the other archdruids are reporting sensation of corruption.
It hit the Grellian Mountains, or are you saying it went over the Grellian?
We don't know. Nobody has reported seeing it actually have hit, but what we can say is that all of the druids that have locations they can sense within, it is in none of theirs. So it is somewhere upwards in the Grellian Mountains. We're just not entirely sure if it hit the mountains, if it landed in dwarf territory, if it landed in the ocean to the north, if it landed to the west. We have no idea, and there are no reports coming to us because, well, quite frankly, druids are recluses, and we don't agree with modern civilized societies, and we don't communicate with them very regularly.
And the chances that people in the mountains there probably wouldn't really be too keen to report it either, I'd say. So, fuck. And everybody notices Reed getting a little agitated hearing about this. We should probably go check out the mountains. Just gonna say, guys.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Getting more information would be good.
We should also probably, before we leave, report the Pushka's condition to
Our friend.
our friend.
I agree.
Alright. Maybe he found something more?
To your yes, you're talking about the pool of the plains. Yes, well, I'll leave you to that. You're more than welcome to stay here if you'd like for another night. We are more than happy to feed you. We will feed you, ensure that you have enough water, rations. If you'd like, we can prepare special rations that will last longer than a standard ration will. Not to say you won't eat it before then, but it has an extended shelf life, so to speak. And if you need to, obviously our shops are still open. Our traders are ready and willing to speak with you if you are interested. You have a place to rest should you want it. There is no pressure whatsoever. I understand fully if you are sick and tired of the dense canopy of the circle of the moon.
One thing before we make any kind of decision, maybe.
Stop cringing.
Yeah, you probably should. Could we talk about what happened to Henry?
He kind of like stops. All emotion drains from his face, and he looks over at you. Yes, sure. Let's have a conversation about what happened to Henry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wanna make any assumptions here, but that seemed a little extreme.
Seemed a little extreme that one of my novice druids has had not one, not two, not three, but 4 official offenses smuggling drugs, forbidden things for any outsider to partake in within the sanctity of my grove, let alone the interior of my own abode.
Doc whispers, I told you.
Yeah, but I mean, couldn't you banished him or something?
We did. We banished Henry's spirit to the afterlife, and in the cycle of rebirth, Henry will be reincarnated as an animal to serve amongst the other druids in their material and sentient forms.
Okay. Okay. That's a little rough, but okay.
Also, there may be residual side effects from the druid spores that you partook in. I'd like to let you know that in the next 30 days, if you begin to have mild or severe hallucinations, and you begin to see motes of energy floating around people, what you're seeing is more than likely a side effect of the druid spores that you ingested.
Shit. Okay, and another little note here: we weren't even hoping for any of that. All I was just hoping to get was just a little bit of
Blink.
halfling weed, just nice, easy, cool you down kind of stuff. And two, is that going to is it like a really bad thing, like to see that shit, or is it like what was I even seeing?
So, that's a very good question, Ree, actually. What you were seeing were the elemental spirits attached to the material forms of everything around you. The creatures that you saw that had small motes of energy circling around them, or in them, or through them, or what they became, as I have a sneaking suspicion your friend Mr. Grey here probably saw the more severe form, which was a full avatariation, as we call, or a full transformation into an avatar of said elemental spirit. See, in the natural world, my dear Ree, all things have an elemental spirit attached to them in some way. And sometimes those elemental spirits appear as simple motes of energy. Red for elemental plane of fire, or blue for the elemental plane of water, or black and purple for the elemental plane of necrotic energy. When you inhale the druid spores, what it allows the druid to do is to see the true nature on an elemental and natural level of every individual creature within their eyesight. If there are mundane objects, say a weapon, that also has said elemental spirit within it, there's a very good possibility that that weapon was forged with some sort of material from that plane of existence, or that there is a sentient spirit inside of that very item that exudes said elemental flavor.
What? Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, did I actually? I don't remember if I actually looked at a Gray's staff at all.
Well,
So like everyone around.
Yeah, so the spear was, I mean, he can't part with it. It was strapped onto his back, so yeah, you would have seen it hands down.
Right, so yeah, you'll just kind of like glance over at the spear. Huh. I just thought it was a magic spear. So wait, so that spear was like blue and glowing and whatnot. Does that mean like there's like something living inside there?
So yeah, Archdruid Nightbreeze stops and glances over and goes, the spear itself was blue?
Yeah.
With a small mote of energy that was...
Yeah, I think so. Is that bad? Is that good?
Well, it depends on the user. Unfortunately, your friend here has fallen from grace, so I'm curious what spirit lies within his spear. Mr. Gray, would you enlighten us as to the happenings or conversations, possibly, that your spear imparts upon you?
Just thinking of it brings me a headache. He's very loud-pitched. I believe his name is, his name is Jot.
You guys
I have
see...
reason to believe it's a closet.
You guys see the electricity crackle along the spear, and then in Gray's eyes, and Gray, you hear...
Master? Are you telling your friends about me? I love you.
Okay, Jot.
Also, you're right. I'm a quasit.
All right, thank you.
Technically, I am a spear, but I was once a quasit.
Nightbreeze looks at you as the electricity kind of crackles, and you're just kind of like nodding. He's like, I think it heard us.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it seems like every time that it's communicating with our companion here, his eyes get all shocky.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Aurora's gonna lean and speak quietly to Ree. Say, oh no, your boyfriend has sparks flying with another. Something to keep in mind.
Real. Give you a little elbow.
Do I hear that?
Give me a perception check. You got a really high perception, so I'm just curious. I actually just rolled for Nightbreeze too. He did not hear it. Oh god, a 20 foot! You hear it clear. It's like she just shouted it in your face.
Yeah, in that case, he's gonna go, yeah, Jacques is quite the charmer.
Aurora's gonna give Rhea a look like, see?
Oh, what the fuck, guys?
It's our son.
Doc will give a little pat on the shoulder, or like a sad, like, there pat on Ree's shoulder.
So what the fuck's a closet? Is it like something? Is it like a girlfriend closet?
Do I know what a closet is?
You said closet out loud, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I have reason to believe it's a closet, but I'm not certain.
So, now that you've all heard the name, anybody who's interested in this, give me a history or arcana check, your choice.
Do history is the same roll. Yeah.
Okay, Ree, you have no fucking idea. This word is foreign to you.
He's rolling again, but it's being ridiculously slow. Apparently,
Okay.
Might have said something.
So the history checks. And Lucy, you too, now that it's all being said out loud, if you would like to attempt a roll at, I would say, probably Arcana for you. Yeah. As I believe the last time you rolled history and it did not work out that well. So the...
21.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so here is the information I'll give the history people. You have heard the word quasit before. Quasit is a word that is thrown around as kind of like an insult to people who practice very low-tier demonology, as a quasit is a literal infestation of the lower planes of the hells as far as the demon world is concerned. They're very physically weak. They tend to keep to the shadows, and they plot mischief. They're not very strong. They're kind of smart, but also kind of idiots at the same time. And there are millions of them in the lower planes. You know that historically, quasits are used by more powerful demons as spies and messengers. Yeah, that's pretty much what you know as far as history tells. As far as the Arcana check, so I will tell you this almost verbatim here. They are from the lower planes. 100% you know that. They are physically weak. They do prefer to keep to the shadows and kind of like out of sight, and they want to manipulate and use people. They plot mischief and wickedness just for the sake of being evil. They can assume animal forms, but their true form looks like a 2-foot tall, greenish humanoid with like a barbed long tail and horns. They typically have clawed fingers and toes, and if they do hit you with their claws, they do have a poison that's very mild. It's irritating, but it's not deadly. And they can innately turn themselves invisible, which is an absolutely horrible thing to deal with when you're fighting them, because, you know, they'll just go invisible and fuck with you from the shadows. And more than that, Arcana, since you rolled a 21, I'll also give you this. It is very common for warlocks and wizards and some sorcerers to keep them as familiars and bind them into servitude because they're so easy to manipulate. And that's our lesson in quasits, my friend. The more you know.
Ray's gonna lean over to Ree and go, I know a bit about quasits. They're this really hot chick from hell. He's gonna basically just start lying to her, pretending that like it's some gorgeous creature.
Alright, make a deception check.
Okay.
That's so funny because Doc was about to lean over to Ree too, so I'll go next.
Both ears here.
And make a
There it is.
Insight.
yeah, it's gonna be an insight check.
Yeah, here we go.
I hope you nat 20.
I hope so.
I hope you nat 20.
Almost, actually.
Oh,
Holy shit!
Very close. Very close.
So Gray leans over and starts spitting all of this too good to be true, tall, hot, sexy demon from the underworld that, you know, he's trying to tell you, oh yeah, she's in this spear and she's telling me all this nasty shit. And you're just like, don't you fucking know. She would not have gotten trapped in that spear. Like, you don't buy it.
Then Doc leans over and in Goblin she says, oh, if it's a quasit, you literally have nothing to worry about.
And that's not a lie, so I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Oh yes, of course we do. I know. He's full of bullshit.
He'd be a total idiot to take a Quasit or anybody else over you. And she gives a little wink.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
You're fucking lying, dude. I know it's not hot goblin. It's hot demon chick. It's a nasty one. I'm not worried. It's fine. Got me all concerned there. You're a terrible liar, by the way.
While they're having their exchange, I would like to, in halfling, to look at the Arc Druid and just later, if you would have the time, I would like a word with you in private, if that's okay.
so he raises an eyebrow and he says, "Yes, I think that's all right." And at this point, you hear Bofur say, "Arc Druid, separate situation, but could I also have maybe just a few moments of your time just to discuss some theology?" And I understand, and I mean no offense, because I understand druids are not by nature religious, but I have a couple of questions for you, if that's all right. He kind of nods and he says, "Yes, Mr. Anvilrock, I think that would be quite all right. Well, if there's nothing pressing right now, I will excuse myself, and I will have high tea prepared. If you are hungry from your travels from the Beastkeeper Sanctum, enjoy yourself, eat, rest, be merry. Please do not ingest any drugs, and please do not ask my druids for any drugs or alcohol while you're here, and everything will be fine."
Got it. No more drugs.
Thank you, Ree. Very well then. Excuse me, Aurora, and he kind of nods towards the tent opening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to pause before following. Turn to Doc and be like, make eye contact. Like, I'll be back. And then
Doc
just wait.
squints at her.
Then she'll flip her off. And then leave.
And then Doc stops squinting.
All right. So Aurora, so Nightbreeze, he exits, and it's like he knows where he's going, but you feel like his path is aimless. He walks out of the tent, walks about 30 feet ahead of the tent, and then he circles back around, and he just plops himself down next to this tree with the massive, twisted purple boughs. He sits down, and he kind of pats the ground, in front of him, and he says, "Please, have a seat. What can I do for you, Aurora?"
But she looks a little hesitant as she's trying to figure out where to start. Is it possible when you do your ritual that, like, you get new things you can do? Like, hearing trees and maybe doing magic things?
Yes, actually. You're talking about your innate ability to feel at home somewhere that is very clearly not home to you. Is that right? And your ability to reach out into the physical form of your friends and allies and simply will wounds away.
Like, flounder for a second, that's kind of nod.
When a reincarnation happens, sometimes the spiritual energy will take residual amounts of other beings within its vicinity and formulate it into its new form. I believe that before you came here, you were completely capable of the magic that lies within your very being. I can sense it, as does this grove. You are, by nature, a creature of nature. If that makes sense. Does that make sense to you?
I don't think I view it the way those weird grove do.
No, and that's because you're not a druid. But you are, instinctually, a creature of nature. You exist in the greater world in nature. You do not do well in civilization like many druids, and you have a keen perception in certain landscapes. Is that correct? Yes. And within that right, your body has manifested a natural essence, a natural tie to the ley lines, or the magically projected energy that lies within our very existence, that you can call upon naturally. I know I'm saying natural a lot, but I need you to understand. It is natural. This is not something learned. You are not a wizard. You are not a sorcerer who was born of some crazy origin. You were a creature manifested into this world in the very nature, in the very heart of existence. You were trained, you were brought up in nature, and thus your body has clung to it and allowed you to manifest small portions of it in order to perform miraculous feats, like healing. Healing is very important, especially in adventuring parties, adventuring bands. And your form of healing, unlike your friend Bofur, manifests because you will it to manifest. Your friend Bofur's magic and his healing manifests because his god willed it. And he requested it. Your friend Gray manifests magic in a way that he manifests through his own being and music because he chose so. It's all the same thing, but done in very different ways, and you are the only one in your entire group of friends here who is so akin to nature that you can simply will things into existence. You might find it harder to do so when you are in, let's say, a large city, a metropolis, or if you are in something like an airship or an arcane sanctum. But when you are out here, Aurora, and he kind of points up at the purple boughs in the sky above you, you are free to manipulate the magic and the ley lines that exist within the realm of our own reality. It is part of you, and when you were reincarnated, I truly believe that bits and pieces of this grove manifested within you to allow you to better understand that, and that is why you are asking me this question.
Take a second to just look around, process for a second.
And as you do that, give me a nature check.
Okay. Just flat roll?
Yes, please.
Just straight up slow-mowing this D20 across my screen.
Oh god, it's a 1. Oh god, it's a 17. It's an 18. What is it? You're gonna take your 7 and like it. Nope, hey, that's actually pretty good. 14.
And if you're counting the favored terrain or whatever, then it gets an extra plus. Oh no, it's already doing that.
It is doing that, which is awesome. I don't know how the fuck D&D Beyond knows that we are where we are, but that's awesome.
I'll take it.
Yeah, right. So I guarantee you that there was just a Facebook ad that popped up that was like, "Hey, we know what you're thinking." So yeah, with a 14. So as you look around and try to like take everything in, you almost have this pseudo out-of-body experience where your whole perception of reality pulls back from yourself like 3 or 4 feet, like you're looking at an avatar in an MMO. And you glance up and around at the trees. The big trees. the trees that are really twisted and crazy looking, that he's referred to as like the ancient trees. And you view them as living, breathing manifestations of what you see when not experiencing this out-of-body experience. You see clear faces in the bark. You see the boughs moving and looking around. Streams of pollen coming out of the flowers and out of the buds of the boughs, hitting the plants around you, bringing them, literally springing to life around you. The grass around you thickening, and as you touch it, spreading like a wave, like it felt your touch. And within that moment, you come back into yourself, and you're like, oh shit. Nature is more than what I just thought of it as, like hunting dwarfs in the plains. Nature is like everywhere, and it is alive to a degree that now makes sense.
Gonna take several very long seconds as she processes that, and then she's just gonna say thank you.
He has got the biggest shit-eating grin on his face, and he looks down at you with total zen-like patience, and he says, I am so proud of what you have become. I looked deep into the recesses of your spirit, and I saw what you were, and I knew that that was not you, Aurora. You were born and meant, and then died and reincarnated for nature. Oh, no problem on my end. No problem on my end whatsoever. Anyways, that's what he says, though. He's very proud of you.
She nods, and then she's gonna, because her brain then goes to the person that she would love to share a new wonderful experience with, and she's gonna go inside her head for a second and just send her thoughts downwards. Be like, is that what it's like for you? Just kind of towards Bebo.
Oh, fuck.
She wants to share the magical new experience with her kobold friend.
As you say that, you don't hear anything. It's not like an audible manifestation of Meepo, but you feel your chest, where your heart is, grow very cold for a minute. And as you look down at your hand, as it spreads down your left arm, kind of like, oh god, am I having a heart attack? Am I having a heart attack? You look down at your palm, and you see 3 white scales appear on the palm of your hand, and they don't go away.
That's terrifying and kind of wholesome at the same time.
Damn, she might turn into a kobold before I do.
Through Moradine, all things are possible, Lucy, so let's not jump to conclusions.
Oh, we don't need dwarf gods.
Write that down.
No.
So write that down, first of all.
No, I'm good.
So she's gonna, she'll close her hand into a fist around that, and she'll nod again, and then she'll get up, and she'll nod again, and then say, I'll send the dwarf over.
Please do. I feel him and I have much to discuss. Okay.
Yep.
So while that conversation was happening, were you 3 doing, or I'm sorry, excuse me, you 4 technically, because Bofur's there on autopilot. What were you guys doing inside? So at this point, we'll say Nightbreeze has just left. Aurora turns around, flips off Doc, and then walks out.
After she had slipped off, Doc would have like smiled and then turned to Bofur, and she would have said, "Thanks for saving me out there."
Bofur kind of looks at you confused. He says, what are you talking about, save you out there? I didn't do anything special.
You healed me.
I heal everybody all the time."
Well,
Well, now hold on. Now, okay. You're talking about okay. I know where you're going with this. First of all, okay, I got it. But we were in a real bad situation, and if I didn't pull every punch out that I could, then things would have gotten weird, and we would have been all sorts of confucked.
I'm talking about before that. I think you did the right thing in that case.
Oh.
However,
Oh, what are you talking about then?
before we got to where I got hugged to death, it doesn't matter. It's ancient history now. Thank you for saving me out there.
Well, to be quite honest, with the situation at hand, you were the only thing that I saw in my sight that could fix
Bofur,
it.
Just shut up and take the compliment.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So look, yeah, that's great. I definitely, yes. He kind of looks around real awkward now, and he starts fiddling with his chainmail. He's like, I want to also apologize for not putting my blessing on your armor anymore. I'm sorry that I've been doing that and
I feel
been
like
putting it on my armor. That's real. No, you know what? Here's the thing. I've been hearing things lately when I sleep and when I pray.
Is your ghost back?
No,
Okay.
not like that. Oh, gods. Hell no. I am so thankful for everything you guys did for me to rid us of that revenant. And I've paid my penance for that, and so have you, and I appreciate that. No, I've been hearing like whispers and conversation from my God, like actual, not hallucination, no auditory hallucination. I've been hearing like actual things. And like there's a lot going on right now. So if I may not have seemed like I've been fully involved or fully focused on the places I should be, I apologize about that. But I just want you to know, like, I'm trying to do right by Moradine because I know that he has a plan for me. And I'm sorry if, in me being in that state, I have neglected specific aspects of my duty in this group as a healer.
I can understand that.
You kept us propped up for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, fuckery, you never take any damage, so I ain't got to do anything, you know.
Kind of an easy case.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Gray over here, he just, like, sings and slaps his drum, and all of a sudden you become, you know, some sort of, like, mechanized suit of iron. It's crazy. You literally do not get hurt anymore. And don't get me wrong. First of all, I am not complaining about that whatsoever.
No, I wouldn't apologize for that either.
But, like, you know, everybody else, yeah, I keep everybody, like, in as good a shape as I possibly can, but I know that sometimes I slip up, and I'm sorry. Doc, I know I've been kind of, look, kind of stops and looks down. Alright, you want the truth of it? I've been jealous. I have to pray to a god every single day for hours and hours and hours just to manifest a couple of tricks to make people feel better, right? And I see you with, and I mean no offense to this whatsoever, no divine power whatsoever. You are able to run out to somebody totally cool-headed, not freaking out and realizing that their guts are spilling out of their body, and you pack their wounds with damn healer kits, and you get them back to what seems like tip-top fighting shape with no effort whatsoever. And to be quite honest with you, I'm really jealous about that. And that's why I've been a little bit off to you, Doc, and I apologize about that.
Well, I mean, you know how when you get all those hours of praying done, and then when you are getting to that point where you have to call upon that power from your God, and it's all warm, and you feel His presence, and you know, you just bring it all to your fingertips. It is
Yeah.
absolutely nothing like that. My brain completely stops. and
Son
I'm
of a
just
bitch.
pissed.
She just keeps doing it. Okay, yeah, I understand. I was trying to make that like a nice thing,
I
but
know. I don't handle that well. I get it. I understand. I mean, I pray every day. I pray to Carl every day.
yeah,
I don't
that's the
have to do
part.
it for hours.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, though, right? Like, look, I got this book, and he pulls this big book, tied to a chain. He says, I have to, if I do not memorize this verbatim, and I do not understand the prayers, and I do not understand the meanings of the teachings of the Dwarf Father, I got nothing. I am a nobody. But you act on instinct. You grab up that healer's kit. You were a surgeon before you became an adventurer, and you put people back together from the brink of death every single day. If I fuck up one time, too bad, I get everything yanked out from me, and then what am I? I'm a fucking jeweler. I'm a jeweler with a dead dad and a mom who took off with some other guy. That's all I am. And I'm sorry that has impacted my ability to take care of this group the way that I wanted it to. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I think you're being a little hard on yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say I fully accept your apology, Bofur. And honestly, I know it was hard to say that. It was hard to admit that. For whatever it's worth, I've been working with a scalpel since I was. It's weird to say now, but a kitten.
That is real
very
weird to say
strange.
right now. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, that's strange.
But that was just it's all I knew. So it is different. It's where you're praying for hours and hours a day. I had to practice for hours and hours a day before I was even allowed to touch anybody. So don't let it get you down. I think you're doing a good job, and I don't think you should be too hard on yourself. You've got what I don't have, in that I have to have tools to help me. And you say a prayer, and a God is like, you know what? You are special enough, and I'm going to help you out.
So at this point, he holds out his gauntlet and he says, "I have tools. I got tools too. This is my tool. Without this, I have to provide, components for my spells and for everything that I do." About this time, by the way, you see Aurora walk in the tent. I got tools for it too. I just, agree to disagree. We got tools, both of us. We both do good things for good people. Maybe not Gray, but we're getting there, Gray. We're going to get you back on the path, my friend. We got you. So say it, Moridian. I've heard a lot.
Gonna ignore that, but I feel like halfway through that conversation, when they started being dramatic, he's gonna look over to Rhea and go, "So what a closet actually is."
And he tells you everything about what a closet actually is. And holy shit, way different than what you had thought.
Oh, like the closet honestly is? Like, you're actually telling me to try?
Yeah. Yes, this is the real closet.
Fucking hair.
I don't know what they exactly look like yet, but this is what I've read and heard. And what my magical knowledge has given me.
Some fucked up shit, man.
Yeah, and I'm stuck with it.
That's what you get for touching shit first.
I mean, you're not stuck with it. I mean,
Should have left it for the dwarf.
You're not stuck with it. You just give
Exactly the time he's like, "We'll get you on the right path, Gray." Probably should have left it for the dwarf.
What do you mean stuck with it? You just give it to somebody. Just right? I mean, if you don't want to be stuck with it, give it to me, and I'll take it off your hand.
It doesn't like you, Ray. Remember what happened last time you tried to take the spear away?
Don't let him touch me, master. I will shock him.
It really doesn't like you.
Oh, all right.
I will burn him. I will bite her. I will cut off her finger, and I will consume it.
Your eye's doing that weird thing again.
Don't give it to me. Don't give me to it.
Okay, I won't.
Please don't leave me.
I won't. Shut up. I won't.
You guys see the electricity kind of die down.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, if you want it to be your burden, that's cool.
You know what? I think it's better if I stop talking about the spear.
All right, so Aurora, you have walked into this situation.
Which is honestly just Doc and Bofur kind of complimenting each other, and Gray's eyes flickering while Ree looks on awkwardly.
So Aurora walks in. She has a distinct moment where she's like, just leave them and join the druids. The druids are, I mean, sure, they rip people in half. I mean, that's not that different. Like, she has this conscious moment. And then she remembers that she flipped off Doc, so she can't leave. So, she walks in and she goes, in Dwarven. Dwarf, your turn.
Beaufort stops and looks over. He replies in Dwarven, "Thank you, Aurora." And he turns to Doc and says in common, "I gotta go have a quick conversation with the Archdruid, but I'll be back for dinner."
Okay. Doc looks over and sees that Aurora's in and flips her off back finally.
Aurora smiles, but then she's going to step over to Doc, and she's going to angle herself so her back is to Ree and Gray, and she's going to just, like, hand that she's had in a fist, and she's just going to kind of show Doc the scales.
Yeah, and as she opens her palm, you see there are 3, probably 1 inch by 1 inch, draconic white as the snow is pure dragon scales on the palm of her hand.
Doc will
Like part of her flesh. Like you see the flesh has like knitted itself around the edges to hold them in place.
She's gonna kind of just her eyes are gonna be a little bit wide. Then she's gonna like make sure Doc is that she's gonna close her head back and do a fist.
Before she does it, Doc will grab her wrist really quick and take like a really close look and then let go. Can I do medicine?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check. I was gonna tell you that, so
13.
it's not great, but yeah. She has flesh all over her body that you can see. And 100% has 3 fucking dragon scales, which are not a trick. They are not they are not an illusion. There are 3 draconic scales, which appear to be more kobold than actual dragon in nature, meaning that they are a little bit longer and thinner, whereas draconic scales are a little bit fatter and shorter. But they are definitely 3 right in the palm of her hand that create a little triangle.
Did he like try to reincarnate while you were alive? What happened?
She's gonna kind of glance back at the others and try and lower her voice even more. No, we were talking about magic, and then I was thinking about Meepo, and and now I apparently need a cloth.
Yeah. Doc will start like digging through her backpack again. I mean, I've got stuff. Let's see. She's gonna dig through and just as she's looking through, she's gonna try to do it like kind of nonchalantly, not frantically, but she's trying to look through and see what she's got that she could use. I mean, do you feel different? Do you feel different?
Well, I mean, I was kind of not in my body for a moment. It was a little weird.
What did he do to you? Oh no.
Apparently, I might have a bunch of different parts of the grove in me or something. It was weird.
Doc, at that, Doc is gonna look at her palms really quick. She's growing scales too.
No, your palms are fine. No, you don't feel shit.
Well, maybe we'll get you some nice gloves or something. In the meantime, just
Use a bandage or something.
yeah, we could. I mean, we could do that. Yeah, I'll pull a bandage out and, like, you know, maybe a strip of cloth. The only strip of, like, spare cloth I have is a belt tabard of Maglubiet. I'm very hesitant to use that. So,
Whoa, hold the fuck up. Hold on. You take the belt tabard of Maglubiet? Is that what you said?
No, I said that's the only spare piece of cloth I have.
Oh.
No, I'm not doing that.
I was about to make some roll. Let's roll some dice.
I was just looking to see. I don't really have anything random in here, so yeah, I'll grab like some gauze, and just give a quick little wrap around her palm.
Okay, no need to even expend a charge from a healer's kit. You wrap, you do a couple little rounds of gauze, you tie it off. Yeah, I mean it's minuscule, literally. And yeah, you have covered the 3 scales.
Okay, and I will kind of just like lock eyes with her for a minute, and then just give a nod and move on.
It's gonna
Like
eyes a
fully
little bit wide.
composed.
She'll nod, and then she'll turn back as if preparing to give the other shit, but she's not really actually feeling like giving the other shit about the romance right now. So she'll stay quiet.
Okay. Yes, Gray.
I think while they're talking, Gray's gonna seem bored, and he's gonna go over to Ree and go, "Do you know any goblin songs?"
Don't have any goblin songs?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let's see. There's the song about the goblin that tried to bang that sheep on the edge of a cliff and fell off. There's the song about 30 goblins swimming in a lake full of ale.
Oh my god.
I don't know. What do you want to hear? Hear something fun, uplifting?
As curious as I am about the first one, I think I'll take the goblins in the River Vale.
Doc says, you hear Doc from across the room go, "You mean set sail on the ale?"
Set sail on the ale. Yeah, that's the one.
I know that one.
Ah, fuck yeah, let's do it. And it sounds like super death metal.
All right. Reed, give me a performance check with advantage because you know the fucking song.
Hell yeah, goblin death metal.
Oh, thank God you had that nat. Nat 20 and a 1. All right, so
Both ends of the spectrum. What the hell?
it legitimately sounds well. It does. Okay, it doesn't sound good. It definitely sounds good to those interested in the taste of goblin death metal. But Ree does these weird slapping things on her chest and legs and like feet that like come off as percussion instruments, like this weird bassy sound, and then like the ooh. Like the
I imagine it's a little bit like throat singing too. Like if anybody knows the Who.
yes.
A little bit of that. Little bit more like growling death metal in there too. Yeah.
And Doc is like headbanging and mouthing the words at the same time. Like she actually knows the words.
Yeah, and you catch Doc and Ree stomping in unison as they both know like the downbeat of the song.
So I guess as Ree starts patting her body for percussion, Gray will be more focused on that than the actual song, and be he'll try and start mimicking it on his drum.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Make a you know what? Make a performance check for me.
Yeah, come on, please.
Let's see if you can duplicate the song that you're hearing.
No.
Alright, just straight up. Just.
Ooh, not great. Wow, you have a plus fucking 9. You rolled a nat 1 and still got a 10. So
Yeah.
you do, even with the nat 1 though, because I don't believe in nat 1s, nat 20s being auto fails or successes with skill checks, but you do okay. Compared to the 19 that Ree is rocking on right now, because you were like, yo, tell me the song of your people. You are playing like a Wish.com version of that. And as you do so, like you're out of beat by like a half a second.
I just imagine the tempo is so fucking out of whack and ridiculous that it's almost impossible to keep track of.
It is
really different from what Gray knows.
It is horrific. Like, this is definitely what a bunch of people on a lot of drugs would want to be, like, getting themselves pumped up to.
And Doc, at one point, Doc will, elbow Aurora and be like, come on! Like, she should be singing.
Aurora has heard better orcish war drums in beat than this bullshit. But without Gray trying to come into unison with the drum, with the war drum, it actually is really impressive. And the lyrics too are simple. It's just about rivers of ale and swimming through rivers of ale. And when we die, we all turn pale. So swim through the rivers of ale. And it's just over and over and over. So you don't memorize the song, Gray, but you do have a pretty good fucking understanding of at least the base level of it. You'll have to hear it a few more times before this becomes your combat dirge.
Yeah, it's a catchy tune, right? It's gonna be stuck in my head all week now.
Well, that's good, because I'm definitely gonna need more practice.
Alright, I got you.
I haven't heard that song in so long. That really brought me back.
Laura's gonna step outside because she was staring and just utter like what the fuck are they possessed? They're not possessed. Oh, they're enjoying this. Okay, this is weird. And then she's gonna just step outside.
Doc will look
From the
over
top, let's go.
Doc will look over and go, she liked it.
It's gonna be stuck in her head too.
And Aurora, as you step outside, I'll tell you what, that is a catchy fucking tune. It is tough. That beat is tough to get out of your head. It's like and you just imagine the fucking hair going up and down, and you're like, nature be with you.
And now I believe this calls for some nice quiet meditation out in the woods because I'm gonna get that song out of my head if it kills me.
And now she's not coming back.
Yep, that's it. All right, guys. Yeah, we lost 2 this game. No.
Before she steps out to the woods, she's going to sketch out in the dirt her casual little 5-line middle finger, or 4-line middle finger things, and then she's gonna go meditate. We have a signal now.
That is true. All right, so we're going to flash forward just a little bit here. Bofur has now finished his conversation. You guys have been brought high tea, which consisted of some sort of weird, like, buttermilk biscuit, but it was like a shortbread biscuit, and a jam, which is strawberry, which is not in season in the rest of the world right now, but it is in season within the confines of this grove, and it is delicious. There is no milk, which you have seen regularly up until this point. So, with that being said, Bofur comes back into the tent. Let me just 1 second here and check the time. Okay, so it's about 4 p.m. right now on Mujam the 14th, Saturday the 14th of Mujam. Bofur comes back into the tent. He sits down, and he looks pleasant. He looks happy. He looks confident. He's just got a smile on his face, and he goes about scribing something into his book of prayers. What would you guys like to do?
As he does that, Gray's gonna be like, "What are you happy?" And then he starts scribbling, and he's gonna turn around and stop the sentence and turn around.
No
As he
God's
opens
word
like
for
the book
you.
of prayers, he's gonna turn around.
Oh, you're going to turn around and look at him?
No, he was gonna say, "So why are you so and then he'll stop. As he sees the
Oh.
book open and turn around.
Understandable. Yeah. So he kind of like glances up at you and he goes, oh. And he just goes back to writing.
Well, I guess I'll continue that question. What are you so excited about, buddy?
Good conversation.
He smiles and he says, honestly, clarity. It's been a long time coming, but let me tell you something. That Archdruid has got so much good advice. And you kind of see, like, tears well up in the corner of his eyes. They don't drip down into tears, but they do well up. And he blinks through it, and he nods, and he goes, he's all right. He's all right. And he looks back down and continues to scribble.
That's good. That's good to hear. I guess if you're not going to elaborate anymore, I'll just Leave it be.
Just awkwardly, just let it sit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Really,
so
you should show Bofur the song.
I was gonna say, should we do another round?
Yeah. You want to hear the song we were singing earlier? That was pretty dope.
Bofur looks up and he goes, "Yeah, please regale me with the song of your people. Yes, I'd love to hear it."
Hey,
Well,
yo,
I'm
great.
gonna go do some shopping. I'll be back.
Middle finger.
I definitely need to learn this song.
So you guys do it again?
Yeah, fuck
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right, Ree and Lucy, give me a fucking performance check, both y'all. See where you line up.
Is it still
Not in that
advantage,
one,
or is
please.
It is an advantage for Ree and this. Oh God, Lucy, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
You brought me down, man.
What the fuck?
You brought me
Maybe I
down.
should take over.
So the religious nut that just walked into the room definitely threw you guys for a loop. Just killed the vibe. As he comes in, you guys are like, and you're like, oh God, it's almost dinner time. You're both so tired. Like,
You know what? Yeah, I'm a little bit hangry. I guess we'll probably just.
We'll continue tomorrow.
Yeah. You gotta match my beat, man. You gotta match my beat. You can't try to. You can't. There's no ad libbing here, man. You gotta follow me. You don't follow the. In this song, you don't follow the percussion. You follow the singer.
Dax just like mouthing the words under her breath because she knows that's supposed to go, but she doesn't want to offend anybody.
Apologies, it is my second time hearing the song.
which is crazy too, because when you mouth the words under your breath, you drink from the fucking rivers of ale until you turn fucking pale. I mean, it doesn't translate well in Goblin. So as you are whispering it, it sounds like shouts, and Bofur keeps looking up at you like, what the fuck is going on?
I just
right
smile.
now?" He's like, okay, yeah. All right.
And that's a song of my people.
Take an inspiration die for that. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, so we will, for the sake of brevity, move forward into the night. I assume at this point you guys are going to just stay the night. Is that correct in thinking?
Yeah.
I spend the night, and I do want to see if I can buy a pair of gloves, nice leather gloves from the druids.
Leather gloves. Yeah, give me one sec.
Ideally, ones that their archers use, so that
Yeah, so you can grab the leather bound on the bow. Okay, give me one sec.
Fun fact, I used to have some of those.
That's a fun fact.
You mean like for real in Nigeria? What were you hunting? Goats?
Well, no, it was in South Africa.
Oh, what were you hunting? Lions? I know nothing about Africa. I'm sorry. I'm an ignorant American prick. I apologize.
Nothing. Well, they weren't mine. I was only testing different types of bows because I was getting into archery.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's excellent, dude. I am a bow hunter myself. I have hunted many a deer in my day. And I
tried.
eat the shit out of those tasty little motherfuckers. Give me some venison backstrap, baby. Oh.
I tried bow hunting once, but I was far too weak at the time. It was a 40-pound and I couldn't do it, yeah.
You know what's funny about that? She says she was too weak with a 40-pound bow, but, you know, back in the day, like, English yew longbows were like a 220 draw strength. They were so fucking reinforced and strong that if you shot an arrow, like, borderline point blank and it hit a dude in plate mail, it would go through him and two of his allies behind him. That's why the English were very good longbowmen. Okay, so, for the sake of brevity, Kat, yes, you can find a pair of absolutely gorgeous leather gloves that do have the archer straps in them for 3 silver pieces.
So I absolutely hand over the 3.
Done deal. Go ahead and add them to your inventory. They are negligible in weight.
Wonderful. And they hide the scales, which is the important part.
Yes, they do. Okay, so
Sorry, I guess
Go ahead.
Aurora pops back.
Yes.
Gray would ask, should we inform our friend in the pool about our findings tonight, or would you rather hold tomorrow?
What
We
time
have
is it
spoken
where
with them
he is?
earlier. We did speak to them yesterday.
What'd you say?
Me, I said, what time is it where he is? That's what Doc was thinking out loud.
Jesus Christ. I can put a gnome and a halfling in a group, add a little, a pinch of dwarf and a hint of goblin, and this is what we get.
I'm just a little jerk.
We need to make you somebody little.
It may not be a bad idea. I just, I mean, I don't know how it works if you're sleeping in this thing. Maybe we should wait till the morning?
Very well.
Yeah, I'll wait till the morning.
Okay. So if nobody wants to do anything else, we will say for the sake of brevity, everybody has dinner, everybody beds down, everybody wakes up in the morning. There's no crazy dragon attack. There's no crazy, assault on the interior of the druid sanctum. Today is the 15th, Sunday, the 15th of Mugem. It is about 9 a.m. where we're going to begin our day. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Not Doc, Aurora, and Gray. Give me perception checks, please. Just straight roll perception checks.
25.
Thank you. Jesus Christ, 25? What the oh, you have a plus 8?
Expertise, baby.
It's rolling really slowly.
I love the dramatic effect from the slow roll. Like, I imagine being you and watching it just bounce around your screen, just like, oh god, what is it gonna be? Okay, so, we have a 25, a 14, and a 15.
And if it's in the forest, then I remain alert to danger even while doing other shit.
Yes, there is no danger.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, well, at least not right now. I mean, there might be danger, but not to you. Anyways, so you all, throughout the night, wake up at least once, if not twice, if not 3 times when you're Doc with a fucking 25, to Bofur, who has not slept a wink, over the fire in the center of the room, hammering at a forge and adding small things from bags and pouches into this forge, into something you cannot see, as he is hammering over and over, and it goes on for what is no bullshit, almost 8 hours.
So this was not a good time to have a high perception roll. Got it.
So you awake in the morning. Bofur is asleep. He wakes up about the same time that you guys do. Everybody gets themselves together. You guys have spells refreshed. Your day is going about its business. You're sitting around the fire, and the food has been brought to you in the morning, so nobody needs to mark off rations. And Bofur comes to you, to the group, and he says, "Hey, so, hey, can we all talk real quick, just as a group? Is that all right?"
I'll allow it.
Sure. Yeah.
He says, "Look, I'm not sure how to tell you all this, but this whole situation we've gotten ourselves into from point A to where we are right now, it's been real strange for me. I've discovered a lot of things about myself. I've discovered a lot of things about my family. I've discovered a lot of things about all of you. I've discovered a lot of things about Mordine, to be quite honest with you. But I've had some conversations with Mordine. And I've had some conversations with the Archdruid, and I've had some conversations with myself, to be quite honest with you. Look, this ain't easy for me, but I'm going to be completely straight with you here. I don't know if I can keep adventuring with y'all. And I know what you're thinking. Immediately you say, oh, well, we just lost somebody who can heal us because he prays to a god, and somebody who can speak with the dead, and all that, but it ain't about that. Look, when I met y'all, my father had just died. I mean, literally, within weeks of me meeting y'all, my daddy died, okay? Under mysterious circumstances. My mama vanished. She took off. We wound up finding her later on, captured by slavers, which drew us to then she, now Aurora. And I found out through conversation with my mother that, there might be something else going on with her and one of our family's rivals up in Helmcar. I pushed on, but I started praying hard, and I just been asking a lot of questions, and Mordine has been answering a lot lately, especially lately, a lot lately. And I think it's probably in my best interest, especially because, look, we had this vessel crash here, right? And it's split into 3 parts. There's some crazy shit going on. There's some really terrible creatures. If this stuff starts to spread, and I can't do my job effectively because my mind is in other places, that means that one of y'all might die. And if one of y'all might die, that's on my shoulders forever. There ain't no amount of repentance I can put forward that can cure that. So I think that I'm going to go visit my Uncle Drogon down in Port Sindrian. Technically my great uncle, Drogon Runehammer. He's down in Port Sindrian. He's an enchanter. He's a runesmith by trade. But it kind of gets me away from Helmcar, gets me away from Middleton, gets me away from this part of the continent, and it allows me to maybe open my eyes, broaden my horizon just a little bit, and maybe not have to worry so much. Because honestly, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot here, but it's making me worry. Having to keep y'all alive, it is tough. And I'm finding myself in this weird internal conflict sometimes when, it's time to pray and ask for healing, and I know that there's not enough energy left and I can't do anything, and I got an option to like hurt somebody or I could heal somebody. It's just, it's too much for me right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? And last night when I talked to Archdruid Nightbreeze, he kind of helped me solidify something. And I've got something for you that might help make up a little bit of the shit show that would be me leaving. But do y'all understand where I'm coming from right now with what I'm saying?
I do.
Kind of, yeah.
If I could just go home and just go back to surgery, I would.
Doc Hobbleton's right here. You can do it.
I could.
But you won't. And that makes me weak because I will flee
don't
what
think
I fear.
Listen, Bofur, I can't speak for everybody here, but I don't think it makes you weak to stand up for yourself and make decisions for yourself, the best decisions for yourself. Adventuring is tough work. Look at what we've been through. And you've been through more than most of us.
Yeah, but that's because my own shortcomings. I mean, I'm the one who brought a revenant down on us for almost, 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Well,
That was my bad. I mean, I brought things to light that should never have been brought to light. That was stupid decisions. But what I'm getting at is because of my own, my own mental weakness, because of my own inability to focus on what is at hand and to focus more on my family, I don't think I'm right. I just don't think I'm the right fit for what we're doing right now, because I'm gonna let y'all down. And if I let y'all down, you ain't gonna be able to protect me. Did you see what happened literally 2 days ago? Those damn things that were on me draining my spirit, I saw my bones. Did y'all know I spit my teeth out into my own hand? I saw my flesh melting off my body. Those things fucked me up, and Moradine did not help me.
Aurora's gonna stand up when he's saying that. She's gonna walk over and look at him as close to eye as she can. And she's gonna say, Bofur. It's not a door, she's a Bofur. You can't hunt properly if your mind's not clear. sometimes you have to step away in order to be able to find the path again. That doesn't make you weak. You kept us alive.
Doc will walk over and put her hand on Aurora's shoulder, and then her other hand on Bofur's shoulder, and she'll say, "Not being ready, not being ready doesn't make you weak. Admitting that you're not ready makes you stronger."
He nods, and he kind of looks at the two of you, and he says, I've fucked with you two more than the other two, to be honest with you. Actually, the other three, Meepo included, to be honest with you. I didn't expect you to come to my rescue, to pull me out when I thought that I was lost. But you're right. And I have total confidence, and I have spoken to Archdruid Nightbreeze, and I have a solution that I think might help you four kind of push on. And before I mention that solution, I'd like to also say that if you find yourself in Port Sindrian, because that's where I'm going, please come and seek me out, and I will help you any way that I can. It might not be immediate. I'm going to need some time to understand what I'm looking at, because I just don't get the arcane world. But I have a divine talent. And if I can put that into my uncle's business as a runesmith, I might be able to help you all out just a little bit more than I can right now, not in the right mental state. And thank you, by the way. This has been the best adventure of my life. The only adventure of my life. I mean, I was born and raised in Bree. You realize there's only 267 people in Bree as of right now? That is a little backwater bumpkin, no bullshit. Nothing on our continent. City. Hamlet. They call us a hamlet. Nobody likes ham. I don't even like ham.
I kind of like ham.
Oh, you know what? To be fair, actually, you know what? Okay, I'll give you that. I do like ham in the form of bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love bacon, actually.
Fucking bacon, yeah.
Bacon does taste great.
I like ham during the winter solstice.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we've all agreed on ham. But I do have to go. So I'm gonna give you something that I made for y'all, and Nightbreeze is gonna kind of elaborate on this situation as a whole for me, because I'm gonna leave in probably about 25 minutes or so. I know that's kind of soon. I'm not gonna see y'all out of here, but I got to. Y'all understand, right?
Gotta rip the band-aid off.
I mean, not really, but I mean, I kind of get the fact I've had to leave shitty situations, so you got to do what you got to do, man.
Just don't hug anything else that's on fire.
He out loud laughs. I think I learned that lesson very early on, and thank goodness for that. To be honest with you, though, I was trying to give him a suplex and lean him back and give him the old fuck you, but that did not work out. Nah.
If it's on fire, you probably
Like
should.
anything on fire either.
Yeah, generally
Yeah.
stay away from things that are on fire.
Except for the forge.
Yeah.
Do the forge thing. The forge is great. You seem to know your way around a forge, but you don't try to hug the forge or suplex. Suplex.
Speaking of the forge, I have something for you. I want you to know that this took a lot of stuff to create, including a large pearl from a giant clam. It took all 6 chalices that we found on that crashed vessel. It took both of the rubies that I'd picked up prior down in the Citadel itself. And it also took that scroll that I found, that scroll that was written in Dwarven. I don't know if you remember that or not, but when I was going to bring up to my people, I had to invoke it in its ancient form in order to get what I have right now. So, oh no, he's still fucking encumbered. Actually, hang on. Is he still encumbered?
So hard to laugh quietly.
He is still encumbered. Yes, he is. He says, it also took, and for the first time, you guys see that his left hand does not have a gauntlet bolted to it. It also took my holy symbol. And he reaches into a large pouch on his right side, and he pulls out this crazy-looking piece of metal. Hang on. One moment. All right. So now it should show up. There you go. There is the piece of metal. So he pulls, it is literally this massive, beautifully iridescent, multicolored piece of ore that he holds out. It's literally bigger than his own palm, which is not crazy big considering he's a dwarf, but it's pretty fucking big. And he says, this is a piece of soul steel. He says, I had a conversation with Moradin, and I had a conversation with Archdruid Nightbreeze, and I knew that I had to infuse some of my own essence into this. I'm assuming y'all know what a soul forge is, or what the soul forges are. You know what? Why doesn't everybody give me a history check? That is a very good history check potential.
God, if we actually get to
If you get this, I don't know where the fuck you knew it from.
No, I can't imagine. Absolutely.
Nope, absolutely appropriate roll. So Lucy.
Get the slow motion again.
No, that's all right. I in my head imagine it bouncing around.
It just paused on the one and kept going. That's fair.
All right. So Lucy, you are the only one who understands what a soul forge is, and what you understand a soul forge as is there were multiple soul forges first of all, but the very first one was created by Moradin. Moradin was, according to the history books, the very first god who created any sentient being on the prime material plane. And what he did when the gods sprung into existence in the universe is he took celestial energy, which he knew he had, and he created a forge, and he called it the Soul Forge. And when he created the Soul Forge, he was able to then build or pound celestial energy into the Soul Forge to create souls. The souls were then capable of manifesting on a plane of existence that he created, Moradin, as dwarves. And that is how the first race of all creation was born, dwarves. However, at the time that Moradin existed, many other gods also existed, including Corellian Lintherian, Pelor, Garl Glittergold, Groomsh, Meglubiet. Those gods got jealous, very jealous. And when they got jealous of Moradin's creations, they killed Moradin, locked his spirit or his soul away in a prison in the ethereal plane, and they stole his plans to make a soul forge. And each one of them created their own soul forge, which created the other races of the prime material plane. That is a story that has been told throughout the millennia that you would have very common knowledge of. So,
Okay.
go ahead.
No, that's.
Okay, that was it. Okay. So he says, he kind of looks out at you guys and he says, so the long story short is the soul forges are within our realm of existence now, a way for creatures of the prime material plane to change something about the very essence of their own spirit or soul. He kind of holds the ore outwards towards the group and he says, this is a piece of soul steel. This soul steel will allow one of your souls to rebuild itself how you or your deity sees fit. He says, Archdruid Nightbreeze has told me that the soul forge of Corellian Lytherian, god of the elves, lies within his realm. He can take you to it whenever you want. No pressure. But whenever you want, you take this little piece of soul steel to his forge. You put it into the forge, and the person who puts it into the forge will immediately be able to essentially evaporate themselves into spiritual particles. Change anything about their very existence that they want, and reforge themselves how they and their deity, if applicable, sees fit. I had to sacrifice a lot of things for this, but it was the only way I could see fit to make me leaving worth y'all's while.
Thanks, Bofur.
Thank you. Wait, is this something that can be used after somebody died also, or just...
It can, as long as you have the soul in physical form. So what I'm getting at is it allows you to change. So here's what you can do, right? You put the soul steel into the soul forge. The soul, the spirit, the entity that puts it into the soul forge can alter anything about themselves while that soul steel exists within the forge, which includes their race, gender, their profession, their sub-profession, how they view existence or their alignment, spell choices, height, weight, age, flesh, hair, eye color, accent, skills or abilities, how they are physically, whether they're more charismatic, strong, dexterous, if their fortitude is powerful, and what they're good at. The only caveat to this is that once this has been done, the soul of that individual will suffer the effects of a single death on their spirit, and they can never, ever, in the existence of their spirit, even if they die and reincarnate 100 times, ever be affected by a soul forge again. It is a one-shot spirit reforge.
Wow, so no pressure.
It doesn't have to be used now, It is.
Definitely not going to.
Well,
I'm looking at Gray over there. He's the only tall guy, so maybe he wants to get down to our level.
And by the way, it's not just one of these things that can be changed. It's any or all of them.
I actually...
I'm perfectly okay as I am, thank you.
I have a question. That's sweet, Ree.
No.
Great, never let her go. I have a question. So, with Bofur leaving, which is okay, Bofur, especially with you leaving us such a gift. Obviously, we're going to need a little more than my healer kit, and honestly, ever since I stopped being a tall furball, I kind of have felt like something's missing. I feel like I miss what I used to do. I miss fixing people, which I still do some. But I've seen you guys met Erky. Do you remember Erky? Well, I know Gray, you don't. But do you
You
guys
see
remember
Bofur
Erky?
nod, like very, very purposefully up and down. Oh, I know Erky, and I know he kind of points at your neck, and he points straight at the gold nugget hanging around your neck. I know what you're getting at, Doc, but I'll let you finish
She
it.
nods. Yeah, she nods like almost excitedly, like somebody gets what she's saying. She should probably have to spell it out, but I know that this is a big thing that Bofur gave us, and if anybody is opposed and we want to hang on to it, that's fine. But learning what this thing can do, and I have to tell you, I feel more at home in this body than I ever did in my previous one. Would anybody be opposed to me maybe getting closer to Garl and being able to do some of what Bofur used to do for us?
I know I'm not going to use it, so yeah, I've had it.
I have no intention of using it.
She'll look over directly at Aurora.
Bofur also looks over at Aurora. She's got something. Don't tell us you want to be a half-orc again.
I don't think we can allow that after everything we went through.
Can we legally allow that after what we went through? Because maybe you just have like pink hair and like you're a male.
This has to be unanimous. I mean, if you do miss your body,
Bofur sits down and he just kind of says, "I'm sorry. I don't mean offense, by the way."
You both gave me a name, and that name suits what I am now. I am just. If a soul can only do this once, did you think on it? To know? I mean, you move faster than, not speed-wise. Ray is a speedy little
Fast as fuck, boy.
orc. It's an orc word there. But you're nimble. You are a healer now. It's a very different sort, and you have other skills too. Would you be losing touch with that?
I would leave it in Garl's hands. I pray daily. I mentioned this earlier when you were gone, or last night, I guess, but
I can confirm that, by the way. I do hear her muttering Garl's incantations, I guess you could call it, very quietly. Kind of weird, to be honest with you, but I hear it.
Yes, I agree with that.
Garl always has. So, I don't know how familiar you are with Garl, but good luck is often on my side. And
It's kind of like that Erky fella.
right.
Didn't he
And-
say that, like, he was just full of luck?
Yeah. And she will put her hand on the gold nugget, and this was his. And ever since I've had it, it's just felt like, I don't know, I'm missing something. And I feel like this is a good opportunity for me to give Garl a chance to fill whatever's been missing. Especially now in this body, it's weird. It's like, I don't know, as soon as I became what I've always been, if that makes any sense at all.
A bunch of pieces from the world and the universe around you suddenly clicked into place, and you realized that there were things you never knew were there.
Doc waits for the, yeah, it's nothing like that. Yeah, it's exactly like that.
You hear Bofur at this point. He has flipped open his tome and he goes, "And on the seventh day, Moradin created clarity for all the material races." And he places his hand on the book, and you see a flash of golden light, and he closes it, and he says, I think there's a lot of things here that are working in a positive nature for what needs to be done here before our world suffers at the hands of whatever the hell this vessel was. Doc, I have a concern. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
If you take on this piece of soul steel that I've created, that I've sacrificed for, and you bring it to the Soul Forge and you reinvent your spirit, your soul, the group would then lose out on somebody who is capable of disarming traps, picking locks, being stealthy when stealthy is necessary. And I mean no offense, Aurora. I know you are very stealthy, but Doc is a trained, skilled, I'm sorry to use this term, but assassin? I mean, I've seen what you can do. Does the group lose that as a whole, or can you focus enough inwardly to ensure that the group does not lose that? Because if they do, then what's the point of using the steel in itself?
Doc gives kind of a half smile, and she says, Garl knows best, and he would never take away what I'm best at.
You see Bofur roll his eyes at Garl. But he looks back at you.
And good
I
luck's
know
been
how
in,
I feel.
Anytime religion is mentioned, the fallen Azamar goes, "What the fuck?"
good luck has been in my corner quite a few times. And she'll kind of just like motion to herself as a whole. I don't think that he would have brought me all this way and finally put me in my right form just to take away who I am.
He nods and he kind of looks back out at the group and he says, "Well, I've already told you what's going to happen on my end. I'm leaving. I mean, I just wanted to make sure I challenged appropriately before I left to know that my due diligence was done."
There's one other thing to consider for that. And that's that the Archdruid said that the grove might have, well, when I came back, that I might have pieces of the grove, it was magical talk. But I might be able to help with some of that killing too. I don't know exactly how that works. I mean, magic's not really my thing, but...
So at this point, from the back of I should say the front of the tent, you hear a voice, and it's Archdruid Nightbreeze. And you all glance back there, and you're like, "Whoa, what the fuck are you doing here?" As he is standing in his full human form, or his full elven form, in his own house, yes. And he says, "Aurora, my dear, the point that I was getting at was that the healing nature within you exists within you on a natural level, meaning that you already have the capability to heal. But if what your friend here is saying is true, she is willing to tear her own spirit apart and reforge it as somebody who could eventually resurrect or revivify, reincarnate, on a whim, prepare magic that is of a divine nature. If your friend Bofur is not to be with you, as I would understand it, she would bring the divine peace in that your natural healing would surround and comfort through your adventure."
Painful as tearing apart a soul and reforging it sounds.
Yeah, sounds pretty fucking awful.
If that's what makes sense and what you feel on that deep level, if that's exactly what it feels like, Just you have to promise to come back, to come out the other side, and still be you, because you're not allowed to go either. You made that promise too.
So
Look very flustered and look down at her hands.
Nightbreeze smiles and he says, I can assure you that as the keeper of Corellian Lythirian's soul forge for the last 650 years, she will come out just fine, as she is now, should she choose that to be her destiny.
Doc will reach
And
over.
and then he looks at you, Doc.
Doc will reach over and take Aurora's hands in hers, and she'll say,
Aww.
"Nice gloves." And she just makes
You can
eye
take an
contact.
inspiration point for that. That is fucking hilarious. Well played. Well played.
She'll make
Good
eye
good attention to
contact
detail.
and hold the eye contact for a second. And then she'll just wink in true Doc fashion and just let it go.
Her eyes are a little sparklier than normal, but she nods. She does not trust herself to say anything.
So at this point, you guys notice that Bofur's eyes are also a little bit more sparkly than normal, as he is taking this all in and seriously having some internal conflict, but some understanding as well. And Nightbreeze says, whenever you are ready, if it is what you choose to do sooner than later, I can take you to the Soul Forge.
As long as nobody's opposed, I feel that sooner than later is better so that we can get a move on. We need to find out more about this crash, and we need to find out more about this disease, for lack of a better term. We should probably tell our friend as well.
Do we want to tell our friend first, or do you want to go and rip your soul into itty bitty pieces?
Well,
Tell us
maybe
know
let's,
you in this form.
well, yeah, let's
Yeah.
maybe tell him now, and then we'll go rip my soul into pieces, like little confetti. That's what I'm gonna think of it as. We're gonna make soul confetti, and then we're gonna sweep it all up, and it's just gonna turn out to be a gnome.
I don't like it.
What?
I don't
Whatever
imagine.
helps you
I don't-
process that better.
Yeah, I don't imagine it like that at all.
Betty?
That is what I feel like it happens when gnomes die, yes.
They just, yeah, it's like one of those, like, party poppers. You just, poof! Ah! What the fuck?
Like when you headshot a grunt in Halo.
Oh my god, you murdered him! Okay.
Exactly.
So you guys want to talk to the entity first, is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
So you-
making gnome.
Yeah, Gnome Fetty, thank you. So you guys enter the pool of the plains. As you enter the pool of the plains, you all gather around it. You feel its presence, its very nature respond to your existence. What would you like to do? Who would you like to?
We
Present.
would like to talk to Glacius Arturius.
Okay. So you activate the pool of the plains as you lay your hands down upon it. Who is speaking?
I suppose me, right? That's who we've had doing it. Okay. Yes. So,
Okay.
the gnome.
All right, so you place your hands down upon the pool, and as you activate it, you feel the presence of Glacius Arturius spring up in the water, creating the very familiar visage. I will just share it really quickly, just so everybody has a visual on what you see. And Glacius Arturius looks out at you.
Hello, my friend. It's good to see you again. Is there something in particular I can help you with? Some new bit of information you've discovered about Nothraxian?
Doc will say, "Good morning, good morning, good morning. Is it morning for you?"
Of course it is. What else would it be? I've just had breakfast. I hope it's not high noon.
Just making sure. So we do have a little bit of new information. We fought, and I'm not sure if it's because of the type of creature or the way it was afflicted, but there was an owl bear here that we fought, that seemed to be presenting differently.
Very well. We've experienced owlbears here, as well as many planes of existence. What was different about this one?
Instead of just having the purplish veins, this one had almost like a jelly kind of drool.
Interesting. Very good.
And when it attacked our party members, it felt as though I can only explain it this way, as though the life force was sort of being drained.
Ah, yes, necrosis.
You see him begin to furiously write something as his head looks down, and you see just the tail end of his elbow go up as he's writing something.
This is good information, my friend of the prime material. It is very strange, as we have not had the opportunity to investigate it, but I thank you for the information.
Any chance that your team has found anything else out that might help us? We may be going to explore another crash site here pretty soon.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
We need specimens. The creatures that landed on the vessel or crashed on the vessel, we need them either in their body or alive form in order to experiment on them. But the information you've just brought us from a live specimen, a creature infected, so to speak, by one of these sorrow sworn, is of great value. And I appreciate and thank you for that.
Of course, anything to try to fix this problem.
But how would we get a body to you? I don't remember if we ever talked about that.
You have not talked to me about that. But a good way to get it here would be via teleportation magic, plane shifting magic, or if you can recreate and or commandeer a spelljammer, you can fly it here.
Jam out on a spell jam. Those can't be hard to pilot, I imagine.
We just witnessed one that crashed, though.
Yeah. There's bad pilots.
Oh.
Or attacked by a space dragon.
What are the odds of that?
That's pretty fair. They were running from something. Okay, well, we do appreciate that. Any more information we come up with, we'll be sure to get to you as quickly as we can. If anything comes up, we're not around this pool all the time, so I believe we gave our information so that we can be reached directly.
Do you or any of your allies have the ability to perform a spell by the name of Sending?
Before I answer that, can I, on the way here, can Gray have, like, changed, cast disguise self to change him back to, like, the normal ASMR?
Sure, yeah.
I'll mark off the spell slot.
Understood. So you just
And
look
then-
glowy and pretty.
Yeah, basically. And he's going to say, I have this capability.
He, or it, looks down at you and says,
Ah, very good. Then you know my name. and you have the ability to reach me if necessary. You may need to expend additional energy as it is not guaranteed to reach me as I am on another plane of existence. But since you have my name, I encourage you to reach out to me. On the off chance our paths should cross or not cross, and I have information, what is your name?
He's gonna think for a second, but then he's gonna say his full name. Grayax Sherry.
Thank you, Mr. Gray.
And he'll say, before he switches over, he's going to go, I cannot recall if we gave you this information before, but we, as well as the owl bear we fought a half-giant by the name of Vidor. The archdruid of this pool, that owns this pool, said in the early days of the symptoms, he felt, well, he didn't move much, but as it got worse, he stood up, said that the Archbishop shouldn't leave, and felt, I guess, depressed and lonely, and then stood up and walked away.
The effects of the Sorrow Sworn, in their very base level as we understand them, impact the very emotions that play on people who, or entities I should say, that are lost in the Shadowfell. That includes being lost, being alone, being hungry, being angry, being fearful of that which is around them that they do not understand. So that would make sense to me if this infection is truly from the Shadowfell. It is impacting the very psyche of the creatures that it is targeting, and playing on the emotions they are weakest to. That is very good information, Mr. Gray, and I thank you for that.
He's gonna nod and go, the faster these creatures, things, are taken care of, the better.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I suspect that's it for now. We do appreciate all of your help with this, and again, if we come up with anything, you'll be hearing from Mr. Gray.
Thank you for everything that you have done for us. And I mean this truly. Thank you for reaching out to us, even to begin with, regarding our crashed vessel. There are many planes of existence where this vessel may have fallen and have simply been snuffed out of existence without any contact whatsoever, and the entirety of our universe would have been at stake.
We tend to try to do what we can to preserve existence.
The entity, he looks out at you, he kind of nods, and you hear him say,
Yes. We all have to ensure that our existence, in its very foundation, is upheld and continued for all of eternity. It's the very essence of life, is it not?
Doctors kind of have smiles and nods.
Take care of yourselves, my friends, dare I say. And may Moradine and Garl Glittergold be praised.
and you see the image fade back into the pool.
Oh, that's neat. He knows your gods too.
He did. She'll like touch the golden nugget on her neck.
It is hot to the touch. As soon as you touch it, I mean, you literally like it's like you put your finger in a toaster on accident, and you're like, God damn it! Who just cooked a bagel?
She'll like grab it and then just she doesn't want to alarm anybody, so she tries not to bring attention to herself.
Make a Constitution saving throw. It's fucking hot.
Microwave my nugget.
19.
Who microwaved my nugget? What the fuck, Lucy? You take an inspiration too. That's hilarious. Yeah, you don't even flinch. You touch it and you're like, tss. Everything's fine.
Okay. On that note, let's go get this done.
So you guys.
I'm
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was just say so we can figure out what our next step exactly will be.
Yes. So you guys step out of the sanctum, and Archdruid Nightbreeze, for the sake of brevity, takes you to what has been colloquially, you know what I'm talking about, what has been called the Soul Forge. You travel through the forest for about 25-30 minutes or so until you find yourselves here. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance. I have this way more set up on my own screen. But Roll20 is buggy as fuck, and anytime you put an animated asset in, it decides that it is going to pick and choose what it will show anything other than the DM screen.
Still looks cool.
It does still look cool.
Okay, so as you guys enter the stairway, which is over here to the left, you kind of make your way around, and as you do so, the pillars begin to ignite around you. As you do so, you walk up to the central diamond platform, which is here in the center, and that also ignites a massive ring around it. Doc carrying the entire way this large chunk of what has been called soul steel. Whoa, that's a big bitch.
Damn,
I'm
it's
trying
already
now.
working.
God, why are they all so big? I do not like that everybody's as big as they are. Hold on.
Oh no, it's having effects on all of us.
It's gonna shrink gray.
It did weird things. What the fuck, man? I hate it.
It's all again. Yay.
Alright, guess what? You're all fucking here. You know what's funny? I see on my dummy screen that there is a dock here that is small, but guess what? I don't see it on my DM screen.
Oh,
So
that's weird.
as soon as you place an animated asset into Roll20, it immediately fucks the entire map. So anyways, for the sake of brevity, you all arrive. Doc, you walk over to the forge in the center, which is what is essentially a pavilion, which is about 15 feet high, with a base that has a 3 or 4 foot rim around it, made of very pristine stone. On the very top of the pavilion, you do see the holy symbol of Corellian Lytherian, which is essentially a crescent moon with a teardrop coming off of the bottom point of the teardrop. You place the soul steel, you look at it, you look around at everybody, kind of give a nod of acknowledgement. Bofur, he nods furiously at you as you place the soul steel into the forge. As you do so,
I flip her off before she puts it in.
you give her the finger, and Bofur kind of chuckles. Doc gives you the finger as well with the other hand as her whole body ignites into this holy flame. Doc, you feel your very existence get torn into a billion pieces, little tiny molecules, and you guys see her entire body just evaporate into what is a blue and white smoke. Doc, as that... No confetti. But smoke, which is essentially just, molecule confetti. Doc, as that happens, you feel your soul approach the presence of Garl's halls. And as that happens, Garl speaks out to you. You and I have had this conversation already as a contingency if this is actually what were to happen, and it did come to fruition. So you can now begin using your new character sheet. For transparency purposes for the rest of the group, Doc has effectively reforged to a rock gnome who is identical in every way, shape, and form, except that instead of being a rogue assassin level 6, she is a rogue assassin level 3, cleric of Garl Glittergold with the death domain level 3. The ultimate fuck you and your mother assassin. So actually, that's not entirely true, by the way. She is not the ultimate fuck you assassin. There's a few builds that are better than this, but she actually is suboptimal for the most part, but is still pretty fucking cool. So, anyways, you kids want some heals? Cause I got some heals. 5 o'clock free heal giveaway. All right. Anyways, so as her body reforges, she is still wearing studded leather armor. Got the sickle at her side. She's got the big gold nugget around her neck, which is now actively glowing and pulsating around her neck. She looks around at the lot of you. Dual weapons, hand crossbow, nothing has changed about inventory, hair, everything is the same. You guys see the soul steel melt into the forge and vanish, and you are convinced, the 3 of you, 4 of you, including Bofur, that she has not changed shit about herself.
Guess it was a dud.
That's kind of a rip-off, huh? Do you feel any different?
You know how...
Here we go.
Yes,
The whole party to say it's nothing like that. In complete unison.
Yeah.
You know how when you had a really long fight, and then you get all sweaty and kind of gross, and then you go and you soak in the really hot waters in a hot spring, and then you come out and you still feel like yourself, but you feel a whole lot better?
It's nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, it's nothing like that?
Oh, she got us.
Gotcha! No, I do. I feel different. I feel like, I feel smarter. But in a different way.
I mean, like
You're not gonna start
spiritually
acting like
smarter?
a dwarf now, are you?
I'm not what?
You're not gonna start acting like a dwarf now, are you?
I don't think so.
You actually see Arc Druid Nightbreeze at this point. He kind of like throws his hand over his throat and he goes, "Oh, God, no."
What did you
I
ask,
second
Bree?
that.
What?
What did you ask, Bree?
Oh, I don't remember now. It's gone.
So at this point, Bofur walks over and he kneels in front of you, Doc. And he puts his hands on your hips. And he kind of pulls you closer. It is not sexual in any way whatsoever. It is a loving, almost embrace. And he begins to pull things out of his pouches and put them into your hands. And he says, "In the name of the Peacekeeper, in the name of the Keeper of Gems, in the name of the Lucky One, in the name of the one that is the Watcher of Gnomes, I bless you, Doc, as a follower, true follower of Garl Glittergold, and I gift you these things." And he hands you. Wow, way to ruin that fucking moment, Cat. I'm not gonna. That's a negative inspiration. You've got -1.
It's gone.
Here's
I'm sorry.
all my shit. Bye.
Yeah, I've got 16 pounds of leather armor. No, I'm just kidding. So you receive 3 diamonds. Each of them are worth 150 gold. Okay. You receive 1 flask of holy water. You receive 1 large diamond that is worth 300 gold. And you receive a scroll of mage armor. And then he hands you the wand, that really creepy looking wand that he had picked up. That is a wand of the War Mage +1. And he says, I'm not entirely sure if you can use this, but if you can't, give it that shit biscuit over there, but don't tell him it was from me, okay? And he nods towards Gray.
Okay.
Look at Aurora, he's talking about you.
It looks like he's looking at you, for sure.
I know, Big Ray's being a prick.
Oh no, I meant it looked like he was looking at Aurora, like you were convinced, like, this bitch.
I mean, that's fair, though.
Bofur, it's bittersweet to have you go, for sure. I hope that you find what you're looking for. I hope that you find peace in whatever you're doing.
He says, I don't know if I'll find peace, but I'll find sanctity in Moradine, and I'll find happiness in what my uncle Drogon has to offer. And hopefully someday far in the future I can help people out just like you, but we'll see. Come and visit me, please.
We will.
All of you, please come and visit me.
Yeah, we'll be there.
I'm going to practice my enchantments real hard so that when you come down to visit me, I'm going to be able to take that crazy-ass thing you're swinging around like that and, make it real special.
Ah, yeah, that'd be dope. It's probably going to be a tooth by the time I see it. I'm going to make that big-ass tooth into a big-ass hammer and hit people in the head with it.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Right? Fuck yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and start my journey then, I suppose.
Need some food? Need some rations?
Nah, I picked up a bunch of biscuits in that place we were at where Vidor was living. Yeah, I snatched a bunch of those biscuits. I ate 3 of them the night that I was doing that ritual. I didn't die, so I figured they're probably alright to eat.
The fuck, there were biscuits there?
Oh yeah, there were biscuits there for sure.
Oh, dude,
Not anymore.
doesn't need to know ass information, but that's fine.
Well, I told you, I said, do you all want to really risk it for a biscuit? And you said, hell no. And I said, yes, sir.
I thought you were just making a witty rhyme. I didn't know they're literally biscuits.
Oh, well, it started as that, but yeah, no, there was strawberry preserve. You want some of the preserves? I still got half a jar.
I want some of the fucking preserves.
All right, done deal. Here you go. He hands you a half a jar of strawberry preserves.
Fuck yeah.
Delicious.
Reaches a dirty ass finger and just takes a big glob.
It is delicious. The best, like, homemade preserves you could imagine. Sugar and everything.
Oh, it's fucking banging. And we're gonna miss you, Bofur. But I mean, I know you. This is what you need to do, and I can absolutely respect that. Just don't go killing yourself. I guess. Be good.
Yeah, I ain't gonna kill myself. Don't worry about that. I'll be all right.
All right.
But I want to let you all know that I want to thank you, honestly, for drawing my attention. I think fate had it that this was supposed to happen the way it did. I got to see some things about my mama and my papa that were real. I got to meet an old friend that I knew from way back beyond, and unfortunately had to put her to rest. But I think it's time now, I go down and do my thing. And I promise you, I swear to y'all, when I'm down there, I'm going to study as hard as I possibly can. And if you come visit me one day, maybe in the future, I'm gonna be able to, spruce up what you got in your hands or on your bodies, and we'll figure something out with it. All right. He kind of stands up, slings his backpack over his shoulder, and he just starts walking to the southwest. Off into sight. Yep, go ahead, Gray.
As he gets 90 feet away, Gray is gonna bang on his drum, and he's gonna cast a cantrip message to Bofur, and he's gonna say, your god might not have been there for you during that fight. Despite my dislike of the gods, yours isn't that bad. That being said, I do hope you at least find some trouble on your travels. Gotta keep it somewhat interesting.
So you see Bofur stop just about 10-15 feet into the tree line. And he stops and he puts his ungauntleted glove up into the air, and as it opens, you see these two golden angelic wings spring out from his palm and kind of flutter for a moment as he glances back at you, and he nods. The hands close, the wings vanish, and he continues to walk.
Did he just flip you to a bird?
I mean,
Yes, right.
technically.
And Aurora just very under her breath is just gonna say, "Hunt well, friend."
Doc is gonna kind of, as he's walking away, like as he's getting kind of far, she's gonna kind of like snap out of her change and being in her brain and say, "Be careful, Bofur. Thank you for everything."
There's no response. Archdruid Nightbreeze starts to kind of put his arms around you guys, not collectively as a whole, like you're all little people, but he begins to usher you back out of where the forge is, and as he snaps his fingers, the forge shimmers essentially out of existence. The fires fade very quickly. And he begins to walk you back towards the center of the grove. So that is where we will leave off for this week, my friends. Very interesting place to leave off, and a very interesting. It's always sucks to have to, have somebody out of the group, but that was a good way to do it. I think that was a very good homage to Bofur.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we'll see you back.
The fire thing, though.
yeah, absolutely, for sure. First fire elemental he finds. Oh, is that a Mephit? Yeah, fuck that thing. Give me a hug, baby. So next week, next week's gonna be weird because we are playing 8 hours of D&D on Sunday next week instead of it being a regular Sunday. Now we very rarely do our D&D days on Sunday, so I'm gonna probably be a little bit tired, but I've already got the entire next probably 2 months worth of content written, so I think that we're gonna have a good time of it. Anyways, it is a Labor Day weekend too, so that's even cooler because that means that we get, the day off on Monday. Anyways, all right, guys. We'll see you next week on Sunday. Kat, I dig the room that you're in right now. By the way, it looks like a dorm room. I have questions.
I already inquired.
Candace has answers. I had a very good day, and hopefully you'll see me in this room again.
Fuck yeah, that's what I like to hear. Go and get it. Okay, sorry, I got really excited. I just shook my fist.
Real quick, Xavier. 'Cause
Yes.
I don't get the inspiration next week. I want to use it to see if I can learn this goblin song.
Oh, okay. I'll make a. Are you? Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to. I can't get super inspiration.
You can't do super inspiration, but I'll tell you what. Both of you make performance checks with inspiration, with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on, I'd already closed that window. Shit.
Because I imagine you guys walking out of here and just
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Finally.
Did you cheat? Is that cheating? You cheated.
I
don't
wrote
think
these
he needs my
once.
help.
This has to happen.
This fucking cheater.
I'm still hoping it's.
You didn't even need inspiration for that.
I didn't.
No. Hey, there we go.
But I want to see it anyways. God damn, look at that.
Nat 20s.
2 nat 20s. I
Fucking
mean,
nailed it.
is this our only song? Because that is our only song. You know, yes, you, and you know what's funny now? I'm gonna have to find a fucking song between now and next Sunday that is like spot on, and I'm gonna have to do some lyrics and yeah, you know the fucking song. You have, as you guys are headbanging to it, you're like, wow, Rhea was right. This will not leave my head for a week. You know, 24 hours in, you're just like, war drum. Yeah.
I think Aurora's gonna even be. She's chiming in a little bit. She's trying to block it out. She
Can't resist
doesn't
it.
get too much. Aurora tries.
Can't
It's
resist
not.
it.
There is no resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
All right, you have mastered your song. Yes, you have. If you want to put it in your player notes with what song you know, so we know like how headbanging you'll get, I will try to find some music that is appropriate when you decide to dirge in the middle of combat, and we have some fucking hardcore rock in the background.
What do we call it? Set sail for ale?
Hell yeah, set sail for ale.
Yeah, I am not a musician.
Neither am I. Okay. Awesome, guys. We'll see you. Yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic week at work, by the way.
Well,
See you guys.
All right, so we are going to raid. Ooh, we've got Island Mexicano just chatting. Marf is playing Doom. Dead by Daylight on Noah's Asylum. Arceus, Makers and Crafting. Jelly Gato on Ghostwire. Oh, Rocker Joe is playing Clone Hero. Ooh. Oh, fuck yeah, here we go. Oh, God. Oh, my God, here we go. This is an homage, by the way, to what just happened here.
It fits.
Rocker Joe. Alright, guys, we're gonna raid Rocker Joe. We only got 2 people tonight raiding us. It's funny, we had 7 people at one point watching, but everybody bailed. No big deal. Guys, we're gonna jump into it. We'll see you back on Tuesday for Candace's Crochet and Chill. Me on Wednesday for World of Warcraft, and then we're going through the week. Take care.